Hello, everybody.
Hi. Hey, everybody. Happy
Hello.
Saturday. I know Clock has had a special day. I know we kicked off at midnight last night saying happy birthday, but happy birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
See,
Thank you very
we're
much.
so excited about your birthday. Chloe is screaming in the living room and excitement. So, everybody, all three of us are streaming out today. So, Clock Family Adventures, Traveling Czech. Lisa will probably join us in a minute. She's on the phone with Andrew working on some travel agent stuff. And the Embarkation Nation. I will have a request tonight, and I'll kind of make it throughout the night. But, if you could please go show Mike Clock some birthday love. He is so supportive of all of our channels. So, if you could, if you feel like, sending him a super sticker or a membership, I know he would appreciate it. And I'm just going to say that for you, Clock. I know you didn't ask me to, but I know it's your birthday.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
And the memberships, I will be starting to give stuff away within the next month for each level. So stay tuned for that. But there's 3 different levels: $2.99, $4.99, and $9.99.
We're gamblers. I know that's the level. I'm not sure which the pay rate is, but I know we're the gambler level. So, yeah. Let's see. We had Cruise Nuts here first today. Hey, Cruise Nuts. I've been kind of following you around all day. Today, they had an awesome drone footage of the, oh my goodness, Cruise Nuts. It's the big ship, Wonder of the Seas, out of Cozumel and stuff. It was really cool. I was asking kind of in there, how close they could get, because it felt like he was right on top of the ship. It was really cool. So if you haven't checked out that drone footage from Cruise Nuts, it's really good. Clock Family Adventures. Hello, my friend.
Yep. Hello.
Hello, Tony.
Hey.
I hear Andrew. If you hear parenting in the background, it's because Chloe is screaming and Andrew's like, stop screaming. Hello, Journeys with June and Brady. I hope y'all are doing well. Aunt June.
Hello.
They are going on the Venezia soon, so they will have awesome footage coming soon. I know they've mentioned it earlier this week. They will have some videos. Hi, Z. We were in your show earlier, and I know you were having some technical difficulties, but I hope you're having a wonderful night.
Thank you, Z.
Hey, Scott McNeil. I hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Scott.
Warm Strong Adventures, our friend Bill. Hi, Bill. Hope you're having an amazing night.
Hello.
The Down Under Cruisers. Hi, Sean.
What's going on, Sean?
I'm sure to you. And Scrow's Nest. Hey, Randy. Hope you're doing well.
What's going on, Randy?
Yeah. So cool. So y'all have had a wonderful Saturday?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Anything fun or exciting?
Working on another cooking video. I'm doing a chili on the grill.
Oh, okay. Your meatloaf video looked really good. I know we've talked about it before, and I've seen pictures of it with the pepper jack cheese in it, but it looked really good. Last night I was like, okay, I could go for some meatloaf today.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, Will G.
Welcome in.
Welcome in. Hey, Chris Goforth. I hope you're doing well. Chris has been doing some footage at like Six Flags and he does a lot of SeaWorld content as well. But I saw his like Fright Fest content the other night. It looked really good. And Scott is saying he hopes he wins the Powerball tonight. I did not buy my tickets.
Oh, I forgot to buy tickets.
Yeah, I think we did too.
Yep. So all 3 of us will not be winners tonight. So hopefully Scott McNeil wins. Let's see. And Z says, "What's up, Bill? I'm just a Bill." He's sitting on Capitol Hill. Okay, cool. Well, cool. Well, Clock, did you want to go ahead and show anything, or did you want to go ahead and get into our topic tonight? Your call.
Well, we spent the day with the family today for my birthday, and my wife got me a new toy, an Insta360 X3.
That is cool.
It's a pretty good bundle. got an extra battery and a lens cover and a little case. So I'll do the unboxing later on, showing it off.
That's a really cool camera. I know you were talking about it last night, and Andrew, of course, you know, he started scrolling online looking at them. But we don't. I think the closest Costco to us is about 45 minutes in Corpus Christi. So we don't have a membership there, but it's something to definitely consider. That's a good price.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I'll just let everybody know that what the price is. So this set right here, if anybody's interested in getting one, normally this camera by itself with nothing on it is $429. Costco has this set right here for $439, and you get the selfie stick, the lens cap, an extra battery, a case, and a memory card, all for $10 more. And that would normally be 35, 60, 70, about $85 more. So you save like $75 by buying this kit right here from Costco.
Wow, that's
And,
a good
good
deal.
price.
Yeah. And
How
then
much is your
another yeah.
Sorry.
Another deal is if you do have Costco and you all have to do some flights anytime soon, Southwest Airlines $500 gift card is $450. So you save $50 off of each $500 gift card. So if you got some flights coming up, I mean the gift cards don't go bad. So you could stock up on them, and it's only that price for like the next 2 days. So just so you all know, if y'all are interested, you better go check it out soon.
How much was your Costco membership?
Costco membership is $60, and if you go online, there's a code. It's CJ promo, I think, and you get $30 off. Which it's not technically $30 off. What they do is in 4 weeks, I'm going to get a gift card for $30 that I can use in the store. So it is, but it isn't.
That's really cool. So, I mean, you get your money, $60 membership, and then you talked about the 30. I mean, you're still saving $15 even with the camera kit, and then another 50 if you do the Southwest Airlines. I know for us, I mean, think about it. Like if you're buying 3 flights at $500, that's $1,500. But if you're saving, $150, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pick up at least 2 cards today, either tonight or tomorrow, because we got Galveston coming up for the Jubilee in July, and I think Southwest is already starting to book out till April right now, so July shouldn't be too far away.
We just booked our flights for March, and I believe you're right; they were just out to April, barely.
Yeah.
So we have a Southwest Airlines credit card, so we went ahead and put it on there to get the miles and all the different things. But
yeah,
definitely a good deal there. I kind of want to think that over. I know, Tony, you also fly Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
And we've looked at Hawaii flights. I mean, I think they were like $300 or something to Maui a couple of weeks ago, and just Lahaina is, has the things going on with the fires. The island as a whole, you can still visit and stuff. So if you're looking at those flights too, I mean, you can almost buy 2 people, for $500. So that's a good deal.
Yeah.
So Chris Goforth is currently in line at a haunted house at SeaWorld. Oh,
okay.
We love going to
That's
that.
fun.
We haven't been at all this year. It's been a weird year for us. Usually we go and take Chloe and let her run around while Andrew goes and does the haunted houses, but we didn't go this year.
We're doing Williamsburg, Busch Gardens Williamsburg on October 20th to do the haunted houses.
And Chris is asking, if you win the Powerball, can you slip me $10,000? Yeah. You're winning that kind of money. What's $10,000, right?
Yeah.
Costco runs a Southwest Airlines offer quite often. Okay, good to know, Chris. Scrosness, thank you so much for letting us know. Megs and C says, happy birthday, Clocky. I hope it was great.
Thank you very much.
And Scott says, sure can, Chris. And Southwest is really expensive here, but she lives in Atlanta, so it's a Delta town. Yeah. When we were in Dallas-Fort Worth, it was more of American Airlines, Delta. Those were your better rates than Southwest Airlines. But where we are here near, we live near Corpus Christi, but it's expensive to fly out of Corpus Christi. So a lot of times we fly out of San Antonio or Houston, and we can get Southwest Airlines pretty reasonable. I think our flights to Fort Lauderdale were about $300 a person, which I didn't round trip. I didn't feel like that was too bad.
I just got so used to Southwest with the free luggage, so that's pretty much all we use up here.
The free luggage, and then two, I'm a little bit. I'm plus size, and so they have they have plus size friendly, like they'll let you board early, and they have the sometimes if they have room they'll let you have the extra seat, but also if you're flying with somebody under 6, they'll let you board as well. So a lot of times we will with Chloe and stuff, go ahead, get us a seat, get her situated, because it takes us a good 30 minutes to get Chloe situated, because we've got to get the tablet and the snacks and all the things. So while everybody's loading it, it's really helpful for us. It's definitely something we appreciate. And welcome in, Nancy B, the Scratcher. I hope you're doing well. I know you've been doing some fun skits and you have some awesome lives going on. So be sure to drop your link, #Nation, so others can connect with you. So I was thinking tonight's topic could be, maybe we could talk about like cruise ships, resorts, maybe inclusives too, and also timeshares. I know, Clock, you cruise and you have a timeshare. Tony, you used to have a timeshare, and I know y'all probably done the resorts and then cruising, and then we've never had a timeshare. My parents did, but we've cruised, and we just stayed at Margaritaville, and that was why I was thinking we could kind of talk about this topic, because is cruising really cheaper? You got to consider today's prices, and I thought this could be a fun discussion. Chat, please join in if you have a timeshare, if you prefer inclusives like maybe land travel or cruising, and your justifications as well. We definitely appreciate when you join in and chat and give us questions too. I feel like the guys I have up here are, they know a lot about what they're talking about, so we welcome questions. And Sean would like to know if we could talk about cruising down under as well. I hear there's a good group cruise down under January 2025. You could see the fireworks, for New Year's. I don't paint the scene as well as Sean does, but I know you could connect with Sean from Down Under Cruisers if you would like more information on that group cruise. And of course, he is also a part of Helping Hands for Cruising, and that's an amazing organization. So I have a camper on the New River in Virginia. Oh, campers too. Camping is another way to go. After Hurricane Harvey, we lived in FEMA put us in a camper, and that was enough of a camper experience for me for that, like almost a year, that I will probably never live in a camper again. But for those who love that and enjoy that journey, I think that's another good topic as well.
So, June and Brady, do you live in Virginia, or you just have like a second home? Let's say the trailer in the camper in Virginia. Because I'm in Maryland. I'd have to see where New River is. I can't remember.
Yeah. Nancy B loves cruising. Megan C's just got the credit card for free carry-on for Delta, a free carry-on for Delta. She used it for the charity and business only. Way better than paying $30 each time. Yes, I 100% agree with that too. I have American Airlines credit card as well, and that free baggage, and it does help. It really does. The baggage can get ridiculous.
I did American Airlines for Seattle I think it was $30 for the first bag and $50 for the second bag, something like that. Luckily, I only had to do one bag.
We got lucky on JetBlue on our last Boston trip because my bag was 52 pounds and they didn't charge us the extra $50 for it.
2 pounds over.
For the 2 pounds over. But that's another factor, it's like, they limit you on your carry-ons now, at least the flight we were on, because we were trying to fly as cheap as possible. So it's like, just a personal bag. And then, so I'm trying to put everything in my luggage and, by the time I add all my overpack, actually me and Chloe were sharing a luggage, but by the time I overpack with me and Chloe, it was 52 pounds. Now the lesson here could be to pack less, yes, but who does that?
Yeah, that's one of the problems I run into. It's like, because some of the equipment that I take is real heavy, I've got to be careful because my bags can go over real easy.
Yeah.
Certain shoes could put you over. I mean, like, especially, remember back in the days when the Doc Martens were cool, like those were
little combat boots.
Yeah, if you're wearing boots, like those could put you over. They answered your question here, Clock. They live in North Carolina, but their camper is in Virginia, only about an hour from our house. We stay a lot during the summer and we go at Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's awesome. It's on a permanent site. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
See how far Ivanhoe is from me.
Yeah, Andrew's family used to have one like that in York, Maine. They had a permanent camper, and his grandmother did, and that's where they would go during the summer. I guess it's pretty common.
It's 5 hours, 38 minutes.
5. Okay. Oh wow, that's close to you. Scott, I still have a pair of Docs. I do too. I still have like a couple pairs of the sandals, and then I have the boots. I also like yeah, I like their boots. Like, we don't really have a winter here, but I like to wear those boots during the winter when we have that 1 or 2 days of ice here. So Clock, what made you get into a timeshare?
So actually, a buddy of mine. So I used to not take any vacations whatsoever. I know y'all are gonna not believe that one, but I used to never take a vacation at all. Up till about, I'd say about 15 years ago. Maybe 12 years ago. And my buddy kept bugging me saying, you need to take a vacation, you need to take a vacation. And he had already had a Wyndham timeshare. So he said, look, I'll tell you what, your kids are down there with their mother. You got to go pick them up anyway to get bring them back home. Why don't we go down to Disney? We'll meet her at Disney, get the kids. We'll do a week at Disney, and we'll come back home. I said, okay. Well, we went down there and just taking the kids on vacation, just spending the time at the resort, just hanging out at the pool and just the family time and everything. Really made it to where, like, I seen how happy the kids were and how much better we felt, like, after being rested and everything else like that. I was like, yeah, I really need to look into this. So I did my research. Wyndham is extremely expensive if you're going to buy it from Wyndham. So if you do decide to get into anything, you have to do a lot of research, because not only is that expensive, you're always going to have maintenance fees, and every resort's maintenance fees are different, and they're always going to try to push you on the higher resorts' maintenance fees. So I did a lot of research, went through all the different resorts, and found out which resorts had the cheapest maintenance fees, and I bought a contract from each one of those 2 resorts. And now my maintenance fees aren't terrible. I mean, they are expensive. It's $300 a month, but I have enough points. I have 646,000 points a year, which is like 4 to 6 weeks vacation a year that I can do, and that's in a 4 to 6 in a 2-bedroom, which 2-bedroom units sleep anywhere from anywhere from 6 to 8 people, depending upon the layout in the second bedroom. So what we've done in the past is I take my whole family down there, and everybody just chips in on what it costs for the maintenance fees. And we took 26 people to Disney 2 years ago. So it does work out if you use it, but if you're not going to use it, that's the biggest thing. There's a lot of people that end up buying them, and then 2 years later something happens and they just don't use the damn things. And your maintenance fees are going to hit you every single time. And they make sure they get their maintenance fees, because they'll make you even put it on straight out of your checking account or straight off of a credit card to where they know they're getting their maintenance fees. But Wyndham has a lot of nice resorts. We're getting ready to head down to Tennessee in November to one of theirs, and it has an indoor water park, an outdoor water park, and you're right in the middle of all the stuff in Tennessee. But I know I'm rambling now. But
No. I think that's great information. Like Andrew and I have never had a timeshare, but my mom and dad did in Oahu. So we had gone to the Outrigger for vacation, I want to say in like 2000, 2003, 2002. And of course, hey, come to our timeshare presentation, no commitment. And you get this nice dinner or this nice blah, 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 whatever it was. And so, of course, my parents go. And of course, you're in the vibe, right? You see the scenery. Oh, you can visit this and my parents, I don't think they fully bought into it. I think they did like a trial thing where they paid so much a month, but they had to go within a year. I don't remember all the details. I know that they were not locked into whatever they did. But, my dad paid on it. Don't know how much he paid on it, but we did go back one time back to the new Wyndham in Waikiki. And, we had a great time. It was an awesome stay, but I think that was like, my dad was like, yeah, it's not really worth how much we're paying. Could have probably got another hotel for cheaper. Just didn't work out for us. But again, like you said, if you're going and you're using it, it's way worth it. I know Disney, I mean, I'm trying to think of how much we paid for Pop Century, but it was almost I want to say it was $285 a night. I mean, so that's almost $300 a month. You're staying 8 nights. I mean, that's 8 months. Is it, for 1 week versus 6 weeks? I mean, that's definitely something to consider if you want to travel a lot. And then too, like you said, your whole family going.
And the way the system is that I do, it's not a set week. It's a point system. So I don't have to go to a certain resort, and I don't have to go on a certain week. So if I know I want to go to Disney in 10 months from now, I can go onto the website, book my room for Disney in 10 months, and I can go there. And then if I want to go to Tennessee 10 months from that, I just go on the website and book Tennessee, California, all over the United States. And actually there's some in other countries as well. So that's it's another option for different things. And sometimes we'll go down, say we're going to go out on a cruise out of Port Canaveral. We'll go down, we'll hit our timeshare for a couple of days, stay the weekend or whatever, and then we'll go get on the cruise ship, so that we're not paying a hotel. We're just using our timeshare and going out. And like you were saying, as far as price goes, there's times where you can hit it. For some reason at Bonnet Creek, which is right on Disney property, the week before Thanksgiving is a value week. Yep. And actually the week of Thanksgiving is a value week as well. So we go down there for 10 days, for 10 nights, and we can do it for right around $1,000 for a 2-bedroom room is what it equates to the maintenance fees. So 10 nights on Disney property for $1,000, you can't beat that. So.
No, you can't. Tony, is that where y'all's was?
We had one at Bonnet Creek. We had one. We had several because what we did is we bought the different places and combined the points.
Yeah.
But it just got to the point where the maintenance fees were, 300 from this resort, 300 from that resort. Oh, hey, by the way, this one's got a special assessment this year of $600 in addition to the maintenance fees plus your monthly payment. It was just like, we sat down and actually figured it out. And there was one year we figured it to be like about $7,000 or $8,000 that we were paying out between payments, maintenance fees, and special assessments, that we were just like, nah, that ain't worth it. So we just went ahead and let it go back. Yeah.
That's 3 big cruises. That's Utopia.
Yeah, I mean, there were times that we did use it that it turned out really well. We got, especially the one in Destin, we had the points to get one of the suites. Went down there for a couple of weekends or for a couple of weeks and got on the 25th floor, ocean view. You can literally walk out on the balcony, and if you were to drop a rock, it would hit the pool, and the beach started right next to the pool. Yeah. And so, I mean, it was a beautiful view and loved it, but it's got too expensive for us.
I've never stayed at that one, but I rented it out to my sister last year, and she got the 3-bedroom at Destin, and she loved it. But Destin is a high dollar one as far as how many points it takes and everything else to go stay there.
We do have some comments. June and Brady were saying we've been camping for 30 years, but only on a permanent site for the last 6 years. It's nice not having to pack up every time we leave. I do agree with that. I can see where that's, just kind of go into your summer home. Sean says, just a heads up, make sure your airline ticket tells you what weight you're allowed to carry. In our case, United wanted to charge us for overweight when our ticket clearly stated that we were under. Oh, that's good advice. I have not encountered that, but that's good advice. Yeah. Southwest is the most accommodating for me to travel with my mobility scooter. They will keep the other passengers in the terminal until they have the scooter packed into its travel bag. Yes, Southwest has been super accommodating for us. Like they'll make sure that we're all situated, have clothes, before they've just been. We have personally received really, really good service. Now, I've had a couple of flights with Southwest where I didn't, but it was just somebody having a bad day, and that's okay. I mean, it happens to the best of us.
You're always going to run into that.
Yep. Hello, M74. Welcome in.
Hello.
I know you were up late with us last night. We really appreciate you being here again tonight. Hey, Bruce. Bruce could probably add to this topic as well. Bruce, let me know if you want to join us. Everybody's saying hello to Bruce. Parzival. Cheers from Germany. Hello. I probably butchered your name. I am so sorry if I did. Czech. Panam Beach, City Beach. Okay. Panam City Beach.
And Parzival's with Darian.
Oh, okay.
Darian's over in. I'm wondering if he is. Darian's over in Germany right now.
Yes, he was. I watched his Oktoberfest live today. He looked like he was having a blast. I'm going to get this link for Bruce. And hello, Lady CZ. I hope you're doing well.
Hello.
So what about resorts? Have y'all done inclusive or maybe not, the ones that are not inclusive? Is there anything that y'all have enjoyed from those?
I don't know that we've ever stayed at a resort.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never stayed the night at an all-inclusive. I've only done like the all-inclusives when we get off the ship and do like Paradise Beach. We did that the one time. I've never done any of the other ones. I really would like to do a all-inclusive at some point just to see how it is. Because never spent the night on an island or anything like that. It's always been get back on the ship and go to the next place. I've always been told Aruba is wonderful. I still haven't made it to Aruba yet. And I have friends that will Aruba like every year. That's their like go-to place. They spend a week in Aruba. So I would love to try it at least once.
We've looked at the all inclusives as well, because we enjoy, like you said, on excursions, going to all inclusives where your drinks covered, your food's covered, you're just kind of, it's kind of like you said, being on an excursion. Um, we've looked at the ones like in Cancun and stuff, because there's good rates here. Being here in Texas, it's not too far of a flight as well, and I'm telling you, there's sometimes I feel like those rates could be cheaper than a cruise. Maybe not your 5-day cruise, but I mean, some of those rates look really good. And then, I know people who have had just as good of a time, had time of their life with all the drinks. The bartender knows their name, the food was good. So it's definitely something we've looked at. We just this past week stayed at Margaritaville Beach Resort in South Padre Island, and it was not all inclusive, but we had a blast. We're in the time frame here, like it's summer's over in Texas, but the winter Texans have not arrived to the beach yet. And so it seems like in the next couple of weeks, it's like the best pricing if you want to stay like right on a resort at the beach. And so we took advantage of that to get a cheaper price and to go see the Margaritaville just opened in June. And so we didn't want to pay the high price in June and July, August, but we were like definitely wanted to check it out. And we had such a blast. And the pricing for the drinks, I mean, to me, it was just as much as if you don't have the drink package on the cruise ship. And we had beach access, we had swim at bar, we had, the pool had seats all around it. The restaurant was great. I mean, and I was telling Andrew, I was like, it was almost as much as if we're paying for specialty dining anymore, so we had a really, really good time. And I honestly was trying to figure out, like, okay, if I don't have a casino rate and I want to go on a 5-day cruise, it's going to cost me what, $1,200 a person, maybe $1,000. And, how much is it for the room? So we were kind of doing that math as well. And this is where I highly suggest that you get a travel agent and they can kind of figure this out. So if our travel agent friend, Mr. Bruce, is ready and wants to give me a thumbs up, all right, I'll bring you up. Hey, Bruce.
Hey, Bruce.
Howdy. How are you guys?
Oh, it went out of focus there. Sorry. I don't have my glasses on because I didn't want to fight with them all night. So if I misread your comment or if I look like I'm looking all over, it's just because I can't read. So sorry. So Bruce, I feel like you could add to this topic. For sure. I know you and Cindy have done some great presentations on your live on Tuesday nights about all-inclusives and the research that y'all have done. We were talking about timeshares a while ago, and then we were talking about, all-inclusives and resorts right now. So feel free to add, any information that you would like to share. And also give a plug for your channel.
Cindy and I we have done a lot of research in our presentations, and we've also looked at doing all-inclusives. What everyone has to be careful of that we have found out as we were doing our research is you got to look at the fine print, because an all-inclusive does not necessarily mean an all-inclusive. An all-inclusive resort is getting further and further non-existent. They may include one meal. More of them are getting limited on the number of drinks. And so, because we found we were looking at a couple down in Mexico that claimed they're all inclusives, but when you start reading the fine print, breakfast was not included. The only meal that was completely included was dinner. You were kind of fending for yourself with lunch and breakfast. There are still some all-inclusives out there, but they're further and further. More of them are going, they're, in fact, one of the ones we were looking at was Sandals is no longer with Sandals. They actually closed down. They closed down in 2021. And what's funny is when the shutdown happened, and one of the I did a video putting out content since we weren't cruising. I did a video on some of the one of the all-inclusive resorts down in Mexico, and it is no longer in business. And it was one of the bigger known ones. So yeah, so you just when you're looking to do an all-inclusive, and they are still out there, but they're further and further of what would be considered all-inclusive. They're starting to limit, just like cruise lines are. Cruise lines are starting to, you know, upcharge and charge for things that they used to not charge for. All-inclusive resorts, more and more of them are not totally all-inclusive.
So I was looking for one for my sister because she wants to do one for her 50th birthday next year. And I got to talking to Scott a little bit, Mustard Drill, and he was saying that the Bohemian government kind of changed the way that they had to do some of the drink packages and stuff. So they have to charge you separate for it. So you're paying for the all-inclusive, and then when you get there, like, oh, yeah, well, that didn't include your drinks. It's another $275 for the drinks or whatever. So there's a lot of different add-ons that you got to definitely watch out for.
And it's funny you should say that, because we were looking at going to stay at that big resort in Nassau. Everyone goes,
Atlantis?
I can't think of, what's that?
Atlantis?
Yes. And they don't have a total, they have a lot of upcharges now that they used to not have because of that. With their drinks, with their water park, there's a lot of things that they are upcharging on. So
even if you go on a cruise and you want to visit them, they're kind of expensive, in my opinion. That's why we went to Margaritaville. I was just going to catch up with chat real quick. Cheers from Germany. And I wish I was in Germany. June and Brady have done inclusive resorts. They love them. Scott McNeil has stayed at the RIU in Montego Bay. Hello, Linda Okie. I hope you're doing well.
Hello.
Many years ago, our place to go was Freeport, Bahamas. You know, I think Tony's like the only person I know who loves, and probably you as well, M74, that loves Freeport, Bahamas. Most people I talk to, they're like, oh, I'll just stay on the ship. I'm not even going.
Well,
but you really enjoy it.
I've got to be honest with you, though. We the last time we went to Freeport, we actually had a really good time. I think, you know, going to Freeport, I don't think that Freeport's a good stop just to get off the ship and walk around. But there can be some pretty good excursions you can do with Freeport. So,
well, I'm going to get through the comments, and then Tony, feel free to highlight your shark experience for those who maybe haven't heard it.
right.
June and Brady found that cruising is cheaper than for us even buying the drink package, which I think that's what you were just kind of saying as well, Bruce. Hey, transplant from Linda Okie to you, Tony. Have to clarify with you. Not only are we in the future, but summer is coming. I'm not leaving, just saying. You know, always can count on you, Sean, to keep me in check. And then everybody's saying, hello, Bruce. Clock was welcoming everybody in. So just in case you missed that. And Nancy B. the Scratcher, I love inclusive eat and drink everything. Yes. I mean, because you don't have to worry about your bill. And June and Brady said we do too. And highly recommend Freeport. So, Tony, we'll get back to our cruising and resort talk, but go ahead and talk about your experience, and then you can let everybody know where your video is. I know Tony is at 56 subscribers.
56.
He's trying to get to 60. So if you're not subscribed to the Traveling Czech, he's got an awesome shark video of when he went diving in Freeport.
Yeah, we actually found that by accident. We came across a guy we hadn't seen in about 15 years, had booked a diving excursion there in Freeport, so I got to tag along with him. On the way out, we got on the boat, and on the way out there, the captain asked, hey, what do you guys want to see? And somebody yelled out, sharks. He says, all right, no problem. And I figured, okay, we'd get down there. We'd see one shark or two sharks swimming here or there, off in the distance. No, that wasn't the case. We got in the water and we started, the water was about 35, 40 feet deep. We get in the water, we start to descend. I look down and there's a ring of about 10 or 15 sharks just circling. And we, at first, I'll admit, I almost freaked out and went back to the boat because that was a little bit more than what I expected. But I also looked down and saw that there were other people lower than me, and I figured, well, if this is a bad thing, we'll find out real quick from them. If something goes wrong, they'll be the first ones to know, and I can be back to the boat before them. But no, we stayed down there we ended up landing in the middle of them, right center of the ring. And we stayed there for about 40 minutes, and those things were just swimming around us. At one point, I was swimming along, and I happened to look down. And as soon as I looked down, I had one swim out from underneath me. And he was, I kid you not, he was close enough to where I could have just grabbed his dorsal fin and taken him for a ride. But I mean, those things, and I've got video of it on my page, and it's a pretty awesome video. I mean, it was a great experience for me.
It really is. I mean, you won't catch me swimming with the sharks. I'm just going to watch Tony's footage and go, yeah, that's cool. But it is really cool to watch. So I just want to highlight his channel in that video, because everybody, I mean, although I see Will G says he's going back to Pirates Cove again, and we looked at that excursion. We saw like mixed reviews, but Will G, if you would like to kind of talk about your experience in there, because Andrew and I looked at that and we decided to just not. I think we actually stayed on the ship instead. And June and Brady have subscribed. That I know Tony appreciates that. And if you're not subscribed to Ocean to Ocean Travel and Clock Family Adventures, you should be, because they're amazing too. Thanks. And Cruise Vet, hey buddy, we hope you're doing well, and we're happy to see you, and I hope everything's going okay. Let us know. If not, reach out to me personally. So resorts, I mean, we've kind of got a little bit in the crowd. They love inclusives. Things are changing, and not just with timeshares and not just with resorts, but cruising as well. We're seeing like things that used to be included or not, or hey, we're going up again on our internet or whatever. So, let's kind of talk about price points for cruising. I mean, I know for me, that's my go-to, my preferred travel for choice. I would say resorts are kind of sneaking up there, but I mean, I like the fact that I don't have to drive. I don't have to, there's activities provided for me. I just, go up the elevator and down the hall, and there's, dining, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I'm going to let you take the lead on this, Bruce, and kind of just talk about why you think cruising is preferred, or if maybe you don't.
Well, I do. And part of it is I've done the price comparison, penny to penny, nickel to nickel, dime to dime on what you get on a cruise ship versus what you get at an all-inclusive, and the price points. And cruising 98% of the time, I'm not going to say all the time because there are some exceptions out there, but 98% of the time will beat an all-inclusive for what you get with a cruise ship, and what versus what you get not only in entertainment, because most all-inclusive resorts are going to have one or two different type of things, and that's it when it comes to entertainment, unless you go off of the resort, then you can find more things. Another difference, I mean, you're at the same place for however many days. One thing I like about cruising is the fact that you go to different ports, you go to different countries. You'll go to sleep in one and wake up in another one. Mm-hmm. And I like that. I like the diversity. You get a lot more diversity with the cruise ship. You get a lot more entertainment options most times on a cruise ship than you do at an all-inclusive. and and you have more food options most of the time on a cruise ship than you do at all inclusive. You might have 1, 2, maybe 3 restaurants at all inclusive. Most of the time it's 1 or 2, maybe 1 bar. And so yeah, there's just more options. And I did my sister-in-law was going to go to an all-inclusive in Mexico. And she decided to go on the cruise with us. When I asked her, what are you going to get at your all inclusive? And I did that comparison with the ship that we're going on. And I did the food options, the entertainment, and everything. And I beat the all inclusive by $600, and she got more stuff. So, most of the time, a cruise is going to beat an all inclusive. Not all the time. And I would never say it's 100% of the time, but most of the time. And it just really now, however, the way that cruise lines are going, that may not continue to be the case, because we know that cruise lines are starting to take things away and charge for things that they used to not charge for. So that definitely could be but that's what I have found. Like I said, it's not all the case, and but that's what I have found in general.
We've kind of found the same thing. We kind of started adding, used to, when Andrew and I were younger, we were the cheapest room on the ship. Like we like I joked last night. We've even stayed in the upper lower. Like Andrew was on the bunk bed and I was on, the lot lower. And it was just, we were on the ship. It was, it was like we made it. And we didn't really, outside of gratuities and a few drinks, we didn't really afford. We couldn't afford much. Of course, we were in our early 20s and all that. But now, it's, we include our specialty dining, and we don't drink as much as we used to when we were younger. But we still have a few drinks, and we just do we do excursions and stuff more, and it's still it's definitely more than what we used to pay, and when from when we just went on the ship and that we just did the free cheap things. But I still think it's probably cheaper. For us to go, like I said, I was comparing, like, for us to go, if you go to dinner at at the restaurant at the resort and all that, you're still going to run about $120 depending on what you're getting.
And
if you compare like your appetizer, a salad, and entree and a dessert, I would say it's about the same price.
Yeah, and we normally do a balcony, and I compared, if you were at an all-inclusive and you got a balcony where you had an ocean view balcony, and all that, I kind of did the comparison like that. And the resorts, now have I done every resort? Absolutely not. But I did the more popular ones just to see, and to have an ocean view balcony and everything, it was running, what I found on the ones that I did, about $130 a night to $140 a night per person. And now I'm sure there was less expensive ones, but I was trying to compare what we normally do on a cruise ship versus what the all-inclusive was. We don't drink a whole lot, but I did for that comparison at the time. Now drink packages have gone up, so I should redo a comparison. But at that time, I added a drink package, even though we don't drink a whole lot, but I wanted to kind of do apples to apples comparison. So I added some of the things that you get with an all-inclusive that you would have to pay for on a cruise ship, just to try and do a comparison. And I was running with the cruise ship. It was about 110, 115 per person. So now, I haven't done every one. I'm sure that people can find less expensive ones, but that's what I came across. So, but Cindy and I still want to do an all-inclusive. She wants to go to Hawaii, and there are a couple of really nice all-inclusive resorts in Hawaii that we're looking at. It's just every time we start talking about it, then there becomes another great deal on a cruise ship, and next thing you know, I'm booking that instead. So it
Yep.
gets hard.
That's
but,
our problem. not,
so,
not enough time and money, but amazing deals. Will G, I know you just said goodnight to us as well, so I hope you have a wonderful night. But he mentioned that it was good last time they went there and they were with a good group of people. A good group of people also always makes that memory and that experience,
absolutely.
beyond. So
Absolutely.
I'm happy for you on that. And Will G, I hope you have an amazing time. I'm sure we'll see you in the next 2 weeks, but if not, I hope you have an awesome time on the Dream. And hello, Saltwaterborn. I hope you're doing well. And that's where Will said goodnight to us. Cruise Vet said he might do an all-inclusive. I wanted more time to enjoy a location. That's another great perspective. That
is, if you go to an area, if you've cruised and you've gone to a port that you really like, because sometimes I do wish that maybe the itineraries would change a little bit, because that's one thing that really intrigues me about Bermuda is when they stay overnight in Bermuda and you get a lot more time. So Bermuda has become one of our bucket list ones that we're hoping to do within the next couple of years. So
it is. We just went there on our last cruise, and it's now like number 1 or 2 so far that we've been to so far.
Yeah.
See, that's a place too. I want to say hello to Najuma Brown. I hope you're doing well. Bud Files, welcome in. Cruising on the High Seas, Rob. I hope you're doing well. And you've got a couple questions here. That is one thing I wish too, is kind of that we had cruise itineraries where they stayed overnight and we could enjoy locations a little more.
Yeah.
Like I don't really want to stay all night in Nassau, but I wouldn't mind.
Right. There's
Cozumel
places I would not like to stay overnight at.
Right.
But there are some, like Belize. I would love to do an overnight, or in Roatan. I would love to do an overnight there.
Right.
There are some ports that would love to do. That's why the one cruise that we were looking at, which we had backed off on, was the Viking one, where they left out of San Juan, but you boarded one night, but it didn't actually leave the port till the next evening. And so you actually were in San Juan, you were on your ship, but you could get off, go see the city and everything. And that really intrigued us.
That would
be cool.
Awesome. Too, I've seen that MSC and they're staying at their private island and doing some nighttime stuff. I've seen this awesome party at the lighthouse type thing. And I think, Half Moon, I would, I don't really want to be out in the sun all day, but I would like to see it at night, kind of more remote and see the stars.
I agree. I wish that we were at I wish that they would stay overnight at Half Moon. It seems like when we went to Half Moon, we were really rushed. By the time you got on, you're only off the ship for 4 or 5 hours, and you guys think about starting to go back. And so I wish that we were there more. No, I have not been to that one, but maybe it's something we would try. A couple sounds. Where's that at?
34 days until cruise day, the booze cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all are excited about it.
Yep.
Well, it might be 34 days when he's leaving. My last count, it was 36 or 37, the actual cruise day.
Oh,
no, it's 35.
Is it 35?
35.
Oh, because I know why. Because at 4 o'clock they switch it over. So yeah, okay.
I'm like, Bruce, you may want to make sure you make it to the ship.
Am I getting on the right ship? I better check and make sure.
You might want to check that, Bruce. Controversial cruising. Hey, Scott. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had an amazing day.
Hello.
That's my trivia partner. Scott. What, you would not want to stay overnight in Melbourne? I know I just butchered that. I know Sean's shaking his head. Not even on a cruise ship. Well, I mean, if I'm going to go to Australia, Sean, I think I'm going to want to stay a couple extra days wherever I'm at, probably just to adjust to the time change. But no, there's some amazingness there. I know Tony and Lisa went and they were showing us all kinds of stuff, and I know Bill has had an awesome adventure there.
Yeah.
So,
It's the
hey,
flight.
Mike, what did yours say? How many days?
35.
Well, I'm on Carnival and it says 36. Interesting.
Oh, you know what, Bruce? Maybe it's the time. No, it's Eastern
Maybe
time.
it is a time zone. Maybe it is. I don't know. Interesting.
Just want to make sure you make it to the ship, Bruce.
I just know I think we're getting on the same ship, so we'll be there, and I'm really looking forward to that ghost tour. I can't wait. That's gonna be a blast. I'm hoping we actually see something that's kind of ooh, dude.
Yeah, they tell you take a bunch of pictures and see what you see. Like if you got any orbs, I think is what they call it.
Exactly. It was so funny because I was watching some. It might have been. I think it was Shannon's. Where she was in. Where's the Red Onion Saloon? Is that in Ketchikan? Or is that Skagway?
Yeah,
the Red
Yeah. Anyway, that's the one that used to be a brothel upstairs, and she was doing that tour, and they were all of a sudden showing these things. They're like, "There's orbs, there they are," and there's like 3 little things floating around. I'm like, "Come on, that is somebody's watch." With the sun shining, you could tell the way it was moving. It was hilarious. So it was.
Yeah,
really,
it is supposed to be haunted.
Yeah, it was very very interesting. So it was a good video. She did a good job on that one though. That tour and everything is really. We ate at the Red Onion Saloon, but we did not do the tour. So that was interesting seeing it from that perspective.
Yeah.
They said it's in Skagway.
Yep, there you go.
Skagway's so pretty.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's see. Clock Bruce, are y'all bringing in any energy packs with you to? I have a great feeling that we will need them, as we'll always be on the go, go, go. LOL.
We'll see.
Well,
I'm not bringing anything.
I'm not bringing anything, and this old man's probably going to be in bed by 10 or well, I don't know, because talking to some of the people, they swear that we're going to be up all night long. So I was talking to Kurt and Marcia, and they're like, "Yep, we're going to be running you guys' wagon." I'm like, no, I'm old.
You're going to need a vacation from the vacation.
I got a duck for Kurt.
Is there a reason why the ships stay about 4 or 5 hours at half moon?
I think it's just because of the time frame and wanting to, normally half moon is their last stop before they head back. And so, yeah, it's just the timing, everything, I wouldn't mind them adding an extra day to stay longer at half moon. Why not?
I agree. I agree.
That's one thing with Galveston that I'm so happy, because Galveston, even though we're in Washington, we've really considered Galveston our home port. That's where we've mainly cruised out of. And I'm thankful that they're starting to add some longer itineraries out of Galveston, doing Panama canals out of Galveston now, and some other things. So I wish they would even do 10 and add a 10 and 14 day out of Galveston and do some Eastern Caribbean out of there.
They are. I think it's the Miracle or something's going there.
Oh, is that? Well, that will be cool.
The Miracle is going to go to the Panama Canal, and they're going to have the 10-day sailings. They also announced this week that the Carnival Legend is coming to Galveston.
Yep.
So it's going to have 7 newly available 10-day itineraries. So I think that's going to be exciting for Galveston. I know for us, it seems like if we want to take the longer ones, we have to go out of Florida, or,
Yeah.
like New York or something. So
I wish they would do more out of Seattle, which they could. I mean, I wish that they would do Hawaii out of Seattle. I sure wish that they would. And, people give me the excuse, well, the Pacific Ocean can get so, which it does. It gets kind of rough and everything on the way down. But still, I wish that they would do longer itineraries out of Seattle and not just mainly do Alaska, but do some of the other ones because they could do it. And they could bring bigger ships to Seattle too, because they don't have any issue with bridges or anything.
right, that's true. Cruise Vet says if you have too many Havana iced teas, you'll see some orbs on the Vista. I don't know if he's speaking from experience.
I have had some of those Havana iced teas, and they're pretty strong.
Ooh, I haven't had one. Are they
Night,
kind
Rob.
of like Long Island?
Yeah.
Good night, Rob. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. That's interesting.
But
So, okay.
So we did our Mexican Riviera cruise, and when we were in Puerto Vallarta, we did a tequila tasting, and we bought a bottle of chocolate tequila. Have never opened it up until tonight. Wow, that's good.
Chocolate tequila.
Chocolate tequila.
Wow.
It was good. It is good.
I may have to check that out. We actually quit even buying liquor while on the cruises. We used to, Andrew and I, you could bring 2 bottles back. We would bring 2 bottles back, sometimes even pay the taxes and bring some extras on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say the last 2 or 3 cruises, we just walk by and we're like, I got a whole bunch.
Well,
on
this
top
is
of
the first time that we've actually ever bought alcohol on a cruise. So it was interesting, and and we didn't have to pay tax or anything because we didn't, Where's yours, Sean? Well, you need to come to the Alaska cruise, buddy. You come to Alaska in 2025, and I will have some at the port for you. We will do a toast before we get on the ship.
Wait, does that go for Clock and I too? Because we are on the Alaska cruise.
You're already on it. We will have a toast before we get on the ship.
Do you hear that, Clock? Free shots.
Yep, free shots.
It's because you upgraded to a balcony, right? So let's see.
Where's that spoon at?
How did Bill do it?
Yeah.
Coco Aguave. So speaking of Alaska, I know Bruce, you're like the king of the group cruises. I think Clock has one. Do you both want to highlight the group cruise on the Utopia of the Seas?
Sure. So we're doing a group cruise on Utopia of the Seas on September 13th through the 20th. It's a back-to-back. It's going to be the 13th through the 16th, and then the 16th through the 20th. So if you're interested in doing just one section or the other section, doesn't matter. You got a lot of creators going on the first one, and still going to be a few of them going on the second one as well. Should be a lot of fun. It's going to be going out of Port Canaveral. It's going to hit Nassau and Coco Cay on both runs. So if you stay for the full week, you'll go Nassau twice, Coco Cay twice. And there's a lot of people that love Coco Cay. So you'll have plenty of time to see everything on the island. Get your mystery, your hidden sandwich, and your funnel cakes, and your mozzarella sticks.
I am so excited for Coco Cay. I love Half Moon, but that's the only cruise private island I've been to. But I am so excited for that experience in Coco Cay. I've been watching it on so many various channels, being like, we're gonna go there, and we're going there. So
it's going to be a fantastic cruise. And right now, between the 2 itineraries, we have 16, I think it's 16 cabins going on 17. I just did 2 more quotes over yesterday and today. And so it's going to be fantastic. And I've had other people contact me just asking questions that we've also tried. So it's going to be great. There's probably going to be over 20, 25 cabins, I think, between both itineraries by the time we're done.
That is so cool. TNT Adventures to Sea. I hope you're doing well. Bruce, they have a group cruise with
They do.
Sea Lake Journeys
TNT
too, right?
Adventures to Sea and Sea Lake Journeys has the Breakaway Celebration Cruise next year, May 19th, out of Miami, doing the Eastern Caribbean, and it is going to be a fantastic cruise. There's right now we have 9-10 cabins, I believe, booked on that one right now, and I just did some more quotes on that one. So that's going to be a fantastic cruise also on the Norwegian Breakaway. It's going to be great.
That's going to be I wish we could go on that one, but we've got so many others. But
It's going to be, you know, traveling with Tom and Terry with TNT and Chet and Robin with Sea Lake Journeys, you know, it's going to be a blast. Both those couples are very high energy, and it's going to be fantastic.
You know, you're going to have a good time, and you're probably going to have some great wine tastings as well.
Absolutely. You've got the wine. Yeah, you've got the wine experts on that one. So
you do.
And TNT and those in my chat, if you want to share your link, just do #clock, and Nightbot will share your link out for you.
And TNT, I know you're in clocks, but if you want to hop in mine as well, #nation to drop your link so everybody could connect with you. Cruise Bet said he had a great time on Navigator of the Seas. He would like to do another West Coast cruise. Yeah, Cruise Bet, your cruise looked awesome on that one. I know we want to go on the West Coast. Really, that's something we.
The West Coast, the Mexican Riviera is becoming more and more popular all the time. It really is, and while Alaska is always popular, but doing cruising out of Long Beach is becoming a very more popular destination also, and it's a great cruise. We've been on it twice now. We're gonna try it again with another probably with Royal, and get a different perspective from a different cruise line. But it is a fantastic cruise. Even doing shorter ones, if you want to do a short one, going out of Long Beach, they do the Ensenada and Catalina Island, which is a great 3-4 day cruise also.
Every time you say Catalina, I gotta think of Catalina wine. Yeah,
Catalina. Have you ever been to Catalina Island?
No.
That is the coolest place because they don't have very many cars, right? Everyone drives around Catalina Island in golf carts. It is the coolest thing. And there are people on Catalina Island that have souped up golf carts. It's the craziest thing. And we were, and you can rent golf carts right at the cruise port. And we rented a golf cart and was driving around, and their parking spots at the grocery store are golf cart sized parking spots. Are not car size. It's crazy.
That's how it was when we were on Peaks Island in Maine. Everybody was on a golf cart, and we rented them and drove around. And Beauty and the Beast Adventures, I think it's their channel name. They were just talking to me about renting golf carts. They commented on our main video, a Peaks Island video, about renting golf carts in Catalina, how it reminded them of them. So that's really cool you brought it up. I think it's a sign that there's 2 different channels that have brought that up to me this week. Good night, June and Brady. I hope y'all have an amazing night. Also, welcome in Cruising Koozies. I hope you're doing well. And
Hello.
Carmelin for the win.
Hello.
Carmen, hope you're doing well. And then I skipped over Sean's comment. He has a group cruise January 2025. And again, Sean, please feel free to drop.
Hey, Sean, it's too many ounces for the plane, buddy.
Oh, that's not good. But he has a group cruise, so Sean, feel free to drop those details. Koozies, Cruising Koozies, they've only sailed 6 times, and Alaska was his least favorite. But they had great weather. Hi, Mike. I hope you're doing well. I almost said Mike, but then I was like, well, maybe it's Lindsay. And
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Some people don't. I completely understand. But we enjoyed it. So
I mean, it just kind of depends on your preference.
yeah, absolutely,
I can see
absolutely.
that. Some people don't like the cold in the
I've
mountains.
talked to people that have asked about Alaska, and everyone thinks that it's like deathly cold and everything, and I tell them go watch our videos, but it's really not. I mean, there was times when we cruised. Now we did it in August, but there was days I was in t-shirts. So
Same. Same for us. I actually overpacked. I know you're probably surprised, but
Yeah.
I brought jackets. And my luggage was 100 pounds. That time. Yeah, I know. Look at Mike's face. Um,
yeah,
my luggage was 100 pounds.
you just got dressed with layers.
Yeah. I mean, and I brought jackets and hoodies and scarves and you name it. I was ready for this really cold weather. Yeah, I wore none of it. I wore like a hoodie and t-shirt. Um, so there's Catalina is pretty cool. A lot of bees though. Ooh, yeah. I mean that makes sense. And speaking of Alaska, Bruce, I'm pretty sure there's a Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise that you're working on.
There is on June I always say 15th, but I think it is the 15th, right?
It's the 15th.
15th, yeah. June 15th, 2025, out of Seattle on the Norwegian Encore, and going up to Alaska. Some great ports like Juneau, Ketchikan, Skagway. What I'm really looking forward on this one, which is different than the last one. Last one we did, we went up through the fjord. This time we are doing Glacier Bay, and so really looking forward to Glacier Bay. And the Encore is this ship was built specifically for Alaska, and it's got an indoor observation deck at the front of the ship, and so you don't have to stand out in the cold, and you can see all of Alaska. So it can't wait. It's going to be a fantastic cruise. So get a hold of me. We are partnering with Helping Hands for Cruising also, which is a great organization. And Sean from Down Unders, who is the founder, him and his wife are the founders of Helping Hands for Cruising, will be on that cruise. And so it's going to be a fantastic cruise. So get a hold of me. And right now we have, we're still 2 years out, and we've already have 7 cabins booked on that one 2 years out. So
that's awesome.
It's going to be a fantastic cruise because a lot of people aren't even thinking about 2025 yet. They're still working on 2024. So it's going to be a fantastic cruise. So get a hold of me. We've got some great rates, and so already saved up. So, and yeah, it's going to be great. We have some great balcony cabins too available, which is what you need to get when you go to Alaska.
So
And if you're on the fence on if you need that balcony or not, just let me talk to your wife and we'll be good to go.
I think Clark could speak from experience on that. Scott McNeil says Glacier Bay was amazing.
Awesome.
Cruising koozies. If it wasn't for being a group cruise with SAST and the ship show, it would have been some down for sure. Ports visits, Wales so far away and pretty much the same thing daily. And again, I mean, I think
with that we were fortunate when we went. We had orcas and humpbacks sometimes that were within 30 feet of the ship. So I guess it just really depends.
We did too, and I think that's the beauty about Alaska is it is very naturey. So sometimes there's bears and stuff on the banks there, and then sometimes there's not. There's whales and dolphins. When we went, there was a pod of 100 spinner dolphins, and our naturalist was on the starboard side, and we all run to the side to look at the 100 pod of spinner dolphins. We saw a beluga whale actually in Whittier when we went. It was kind of as we were sailing out. We had just left Whittier, and there was a beluga whale, which I didn't know they were up there. So that was news to me.
That would be the Norwegian Encore, Sean.
Yeah, Sean, you're going
Norwegian
on.
Encore, June 15th, 2025.
I've heard he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And we've had Lisa join us. Hey, Lisa. Hope you're
Hi,
doing
good
well.
evening, everybody.
Hello.
I heard you were on the phone with your travel agent trying to get something. I heard there was a bad 3.5-year-old, screaming in the living room while you were trying to work out your
Yeah,
your
something about some screaming and a broken doorknob. I don't know.
you know. I know I heard her cry. Like, thank goodness I was on mute, and Bruce had just come on because I heard her screaming. I was like, oh boy, but she's all right. Andrew's in there; he's got it covered.
Typical 3-year-old. So
She's a mess, guys. We have 2 more videos. We'll put our honest review of the trip, but you already know how I feel. Hey, but you know what? Still, Cruising Cruisies, make sure to drop your link. # you're in my chat.
Yep.
Actually, I think you're in Clocks.
I think they're in mine.
And that's the best thing I like about them, and everyone else. You got to be honest about how you like an itinerary and a port. Everyone's not going to like everything. So
I agree with that, and there's times that somebody has told me how amazing something is, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
This was not that great, but it could just be the time I went or my preferences, so definitely, again, I agree with you, Bruce, on that honest review from Mike. And it is kind of expensive. I think if you're paying that kind of money sometimes for a trip, you have higher expectations, so I think that could be something to consider as well. But definitely get with Bruce and watch Cruising Cruisies honest review. Get with Bruce and watch some of his videos on Alaska, and if you're interested, reach out to Bruce.
I better see 75 whales.
Hey, actually, June is a good time to see whales, from my understanding. I've never cruised there in June, so.
Lisa and Tony, when did y'all go? Was it June?
What's that?
Lisa and Tony just went to Alaska, I think last year, the year before.
I think it was year 4 last. We were there next to the last cruise, so it was like the last week of August, first week of September.
That's when we went.
Yeah, we went in the first part of August.
We went like the first week of September.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like the craziest thing because they were like, oh, August 31st is our prime rate, but September 1st it's our winter rate and it's cheaper. And I was like, what's the difference a day makes? Like, what? So if I get it tomorrow, it's half price. Okay, good. I'll call you back tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think we saw any whales. Well, we had, I think, one surface, but it wasn't close enough we could actually see it, and that was disappointing. But I still can't get over. In the pictures, I took a lot of photos. The pictures just didn't do justice for the ice. The blue, unbelievable, pretty colors that we saw.
The water is just incredible blue. It's fantastic.
That like that crystal ice blue, like, I mean, I know it sounds weird, like that ice blue, but it's like that blue.
It's that really deep. It's fabulous.
Probably like almost like my background here, that blue. I mean, it's you can just see it from the glaciers. Gorgeous.
And of course, they have jewelry the same color as the water.
They do.
Yeah, we didn't do it that time, but maybe next time if I go for my birthday or something. But
that's a good point. I need to talk to Andrew. Andrew, bring your wallet. His poor wallet's tired. We paid off 2 cruises this week, and his poor wallet is real tired. I was like, hey, I got this cruise offer. He's like, don't even, just stop. Just stop. Well, no. but and Sean says, I thought that's what you said. Have your people been talking to my people behind our backs again? I think Sean's going, Alaska is a bucket trip, so I know you need to go, Sean. I feel like Sherry right now. And then, Bruce, have you had single people book through you?
Yes.
Solo cruisers.
Yes. In fact, I just did a booking yesterday for a single cruiser
On the Alaska?
on the Alaska cruise.
It-
A solo cabin.
I was saying Norwegian has the solo cabin, so that's
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yep.
We looked at that for my mom, but then I just decided to move Chloe into her room.
He didn't have the initials of WA, did he? He's not saying anything.
I wanted to ask everyone, how often do you actually see whales in Alaska? So when we were there, we saw the beluga out of near Whittier, and then we saw I want to say it was Juneau. They saw the humpback whales like kind of off when we were leaving port, and then when we were between like it was one of the sea days, there was a male orca, and he was just breaching a lot, and they said he was looking for a friend, a partner. So he was just out there breaching a lot, but he was really far away. But you could see him, but you couldn't. If you had binoculars, you can see him perfectly. But if you were trying to take a picture with your cell phone or anything, he didn't come out very well.
We've seen them. Just as we came out of the strait. Leaving Seattle, we saw some. Coming back in on our way to Victoria, we saw them. We also saw them in the fjord, and we saw them outside of Juneau and on our way to Ketchikan. So we saw, I would say probably 5 out of the 8 days we had whale sightings.
Wow.
Not all of them were real close to the ship. I mean, you would see spouts off in the distance, but we had some. What was very cool, we had an orca. We had seen this orca kind of off a little bit in the distance, but kind of coming up and would kind of breach a little bit and everything like that and go back down, all this kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, the orca disappeared, and then about 10 minutes later it came up completely breached and splashed about 30 feet off the side of the ship. It blew everyone. It was like, oh my God, it was awesome. It was awesome. The problem is I didn't have my camera going at the time. It was so cool. But I was trying to find one because we did see a whale. I was trying to see it. If I can find it, I can have you share, Jennifer, of one that we saw that did breach by us. I just got to see if I can find it.
To me, too, the bald eagles were what, like, the whales were cool, but the bald eagles, we saw one. We were in Juneau, and it like swooped down. There was like another like little boat, kind of like, I mean, we were on a cruise ship, but there was another like little boat kind of near it, and it swooped down and grabbed something, and we realized it grabbed like a mouse or something, and it was just sitting there on the rope that the cruise ship was tied to. There was like this like almost like telephone pole looking thing, and it was enjoying its dinner, and we were just like, well, that's about as raw as you can get probably on like Alaska.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I mean, like, you couldn't look away. I mean, it was just like, oh my goodness, like he was enjoying dinner.
We have bald eagles here.
Do y'all do up there in Maryland?
Yeah, right down at that power plant that I was working at. They have a couple different nests set up on top of some of the poles out there for them, and then they come back every year, and I mean, they make massive nests. Like the one is up on a light post, and it's in the middle of so the light post is right on the side of the street where we have to bring vehicles into the plant. And when he's making his nest, he'll take sticks that are like 4 foot long and make his nest. And if you're anywhere around it, I mean, you got to watch out because them sticks, he's way up there and he's dropping sticks off the light post. I mean, that light pole is probably 40 feet up.
I knew they were
Wow.
huge. I've just never seen one up close.
Mm-mm.
I hear they're here in Texas, like South Texas. Like I guess guess there was one.
Yeah, we've got them here. In fact, we have a couple that live that we live across the street from a lake, and there's a little island out in the lake, and there's a couple that live out there on the island.
That's cool. I mean, that was the first time I had ever seen them up close and personal. Hi, Anthony on the move. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well.
Hello.
Okay, well, I'm just going to show it this way
Sure.
because it's just on my camera. It's not on where. So I don't know if you guys can see this. But it's actually a reel that we put together.
Wow.
Yeah.
He came completely out of the water.
Yeah. Now that was a different one. That was on that was going into Juneau. Blew us away.
And you said the other one was closer than that?
The other, yeah, that one was with a telescopic lens. I just happened to be filming when it went up. The other one I didn't have was closer to the ship. So that one was probably a good, I want to say about 100, probably about 100 yards from the ship. That the one that we saw that was really close was only like 30 feet that came up, which was crazy.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
That is wild. Wow.
We didn't see a whole lot in Alaska. I saw one bald eagle at the airport in Seattle, and then we think we saw one across the way as we were leaving. Didn't see any in the fjords, and then just were they otters or whatever.
So we did see a couple when we went up in the fjord. We did see a couple black bear or brown bear that were on the side or whatever. So, which was really cool too. Again, I didn't have my camera going at the time, so but it was really cool seeing them. So if you like nature, I don't know. We really enjoyed Seattle or Alaska. Really enjoyed it.
We'll be going back in
End of April.
End of April. Because we're on that 31-day cruise out of Australia.
Oh, nice.
And it's the last, I think it's the last, it's either the last 4 or 5 stops are going to be in Alaska.
Yeah. I just don't know if that's too early for the Northern Lights or after the whales have moved out, headed to California. I've been on a whale watching cruise in I guess it was Mexico out of California, and we probably saw 6 the whole 4 hours that we were out there. Of course, it might have been because of the margaritas, but I didn't. I don't remember a whole lot there either. So I would definitely love to see them. And I see some people are doing like the excursions where you can go out and walk across some little plank to where the bears are, and I'm like, I know that's a little too close. Binoculars across the way would be great, but
although we did do a bear excursion, but we didn't see any. So.
Jeremy's doing a bear excursion, isn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Wrestle bear.
Yep. We did see bear though on the bus when we were going to Mendenhall Glacier. There was a mama bear and 3 of her cubs on the side of the road. It's really interesting.
Wow. Yeah, we just never seem to be in the right spot at the right time. It seems, we see pictures of others, but
yeah, it's all about timing, and I don't know what it was, but yeah, just the right time of year, I guess. I'm not sure. I hope we see a lot. I hope we see a lot in June when we go.
We went on the Riviera cruise, and they had whale watching expeditions and stuff like that, but yet they said when we got there that, that's this is pretty much the end of the season. They've already migrated up towards Alaska. And it's like, okay, well then, why are you selling whale watching tours?
Yeah,
if they're not
really.
getting whales.
I mean, you might see one or two. You
Yeah.
couldn't guarantee it. So.
Too busy fighting with the seagulls.
That was pretty awesome. They come flying down and dive bomb your plates and knock it out of your hand and
Oh,
hat everything else.
Sounds like Coco Key.
I was gonna say that sounds like down this my backyard. We live right on the coast, and like if you're outside, like on our deck eating or something, they're like and all over. I don't know.
I love to hear them when I'm on the phone with you.
Yeah,
I don't have to deal with it.
I was in the car. I think Chloe's in the back seat. Yeah, Chloe's in the back seat eating French fries, and I got her like a Happy Meal, and I was like munching on some fries, and it scared the heck out of me because I see something like on my peripheral, and there's like a seagull kind of like fluttering, like he's almost even with my like mirror, driver's side mirror, and I was just like, he almost gave me a heart attack. I mean, I almost had to go back home and change clothes. I mean, he just scared the heck out of me. He saw me eating my French fries, and I was like, okay, bird, like you're not, the window's up. Like it wasn't even like you could smell it. He just saw me eating.
Was he saying mine while he was sitting there?
Mine.
Mine.
Scott really loved Alaska from Seattle too. Yeah, it's definitely beautiful.
Have y'all done the train up there?
No, but we do when we go in June of 2025. We plan on doing it. I've been watching a lot of different people that's taken. I just got done watching Mike the Naughty
did
Cruiser.
one, and Chet did one where they stayed at the resort there or whatever. And on your way there, you're in a train that has glass top and everything, and you get fed breakfast and lunch, I think, in the train. And then Shannon Chanster, she did one where she was on a train as well.
We go back. I'd like to do that. We just kind of, it was our first time, so we did do the Red Onion Saloon and really didn't do a whole lot. We took a bus trip, and I think we ended up at a grave site and kind of walked around there a little bit.
That was cool.
I mean, it was, but that wasn't Alaska, so
Yeah. Mike the Naughty Cruiser did that one going up and coming back down, and that looked really. I was watching his video and it looked really cool. So when we go up in 2025, I think that's the one we're gonna do.
How much is that train ride?
I think. What did they say it was? I think it was $60 per person, maybe. I can't remember exactly what they said. What they said it was.
60?
I think that's what. Hold on a second. Let me look.
And that's through the cruise line?
You can do it through the cruise line, or they recommend you just do it on your own. You can just go to the right after.
That doesn't sound like cruise line prices.
Right?
It seemed like it would be like 130 if it was cruise line.
I was thinking it was over 100 when we went. That's why we didn't do it.
Hey, Uncle Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hi.
Uncle Dave.
I hope you are ready for the glory. Oh, you just posted 12 more hours and he'll be on the glory. It's exciting.
Jealous.
I know, me too. Really want to be on a cruise ship right now. I found a picture I was gonna show of Andrew, young Andrew on a cruise ship in Alaska. Can y'all see the screen okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look
Oh,
how
man.
little. Yeah, that's the last time we were in Alaska. He was definitely a young guy.
Okay, I'm way off.
Could he even drive or grow facial hair at that point?
No, he couldn't even grow facial hair at that point. He was a young guy. I was gonna see if there's a couple other pictures I have from our trip, but I was wanting to show the ice like up close. Like it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the eagle. But yeah, we had an awesome time. This is my personal Facebook, so I'll be careful on what I share here, but you can see that blue in there, and then the ice. It was just so pretty.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I just want to make sure I'm still sharing. Yeah, but it, and then here's young Andrew and Jennifer at the saloon, and
That was a root beer, right?
Yep. It was a root beer. And then Andrew and Skagway holding the sled puppy. So definitely, that's the last time we were in Alaska. So we're definitely excited to go back and not not be just babies.
So it looks like that train's about $124 per person.
Wow, Clock
It
almost
sounds-
called that perfectly.
Yeah,
130.
that sounds about right.
And that wasn't on the cruise line. So you're right. It's probably more on the cruise line. That was strictly through Alaska excursions, right through their depot there. So
Yeah, he said Andrew looks about 14 in that picture. He wasn't much older than that. Let's see, it was 20. That was 2012. Math hurts right now. He was 22.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to go down to the pool and sell some whale watching expeditions of me coming up out of the pool, so I can afford to go on the train.
130. Well, they say the excursions in Alaska are not cheap at all.
they're not. They really aren't. The excursions, actually none of the excursions, and I kind of went across against my own advice, but in Alaska, just because to make it less expensive, we didn't buy any of our excursions through the cruise line. We did them on our own. So because it's pretty crazy.
I went and got the credit card this week, and if you spent $1,000 in the first 3 months or whatever, you get 25,000 points, which is equivalent to $250 onboard credit. So I'm going to try to use some stuff to get the onboard credit up before I go.
So you got to spend $1,000 to get 250.
Well, I mean, it's your normal purchases. So
Right.
when I called you the other day and paid on my cruise, I just put it on the card.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. I remember you telling me that.
I think you
I
get
use
double
my credit
points
card
too,
just
don't you?
to well, you get triple points for paying. So I should have got 3,000 points for that.
Nice. That's cool.
Happy
I try to
birthday.
use it for
So,
excursions and all that. So
Yeah.
Do you guys gamble much on the cruise ship at the casino? I know, Jennifer, you guys do, right?
right.
I mean, it depends on compared to others how much, but that's where I like to hang out.
Do you,
Sorry,
Mike?
Dave. Thank you for the birthday wishes. So I'm not a heavy gambler because I don't like slot machines, but I tried to do like a little experiment on the last couple of Royal ships that I was on. I was trying to do like $100 a day just to see if I got a free cruise out of that, and I really didn't get much. The first cruise I was only able to I think I only ended up going in there like 4 times, so I spent like $400 over the 7 days. And then the second cruise, which was this 9-day, I spent a lot more than that because my wife ended up winning $670 some dollars or $80, and I put all that back in the machine because with Royal, it's a 1 year time frame on their casino stuff. So if you get 2,500 points in a year, they automatically give you a free 7-day cruise. And I'm at like 2,000 or something for the year because I've had 2 cruises in that time frame.
Wow.
You get that on the first couple of days.
I was just wondering because we set ourselves a limit at $20, and we will go in, and if we win, we win. But if that original 20's gone, then we stop. I was just curious for people that really gamble, if it's worth it.
You didn't even let the machine get preheated. 20.
Well, to be honest with you, one time I won 350 on the slots. And when it got to that, I'm like, do I dare try and push it or not? And I'm like, nope. So I walked away. But I'm just really curious.
I have heard that Carnival is a lot easier. You get more points or whatever easier. You get points easier from Carnival than you do from Royal, as far as free cruises and stuff like that. I don't know what it is for Carnival as far as 1 point. Do you know how many dollars it is for 1 point on Carnival?
I want to say it's 1.
See, Royal is $5 for 1 point.
Maybe that I don't. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I don't focus on the points so much as how much I have remaining in the machine. But I do know that like when you're playing the $9 machine, those points rack up pretty fast. So that's why I think it was $1, and it could be different per machine too. I'm not sure.
Well, no, I know Royal's a flat. On the slot machines, it's 1 point for every $5 spent.
And it could be the same for Carnival, because if you think about it, if I'm playing $9 a spin, it's 2 points. I just know I was racking them up pretty fast. I had over 4,000 points on a 7-day cruise on that. But I spent a lot of time in the casino that cruise.
Yeah.
That's scary if it's $5.
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't.
Let me do the math real quick. I had 4,000 points.
Well, there was a lady on our last cruise.
You had to have gotten more than 1 for every 5, because I did
That's $20,000.
at least 5 slot pulls on my card on that 9-day. The group I was with had me host the slot pulls, and they wanted to do it like 1 every day. So we did like at least 5 slot pulls on there. And I didn't, like I said, I only got I think 1,500 points on that cruise. 1,800 points on that cruise.
So are you participating in the slot pull on the booze cruise?
Yes.
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it or not. I haven't decided yet.
I used to participate in the slot pools, but now I feel like it takes so much time, and then I'm like, I'll just put my own 20 in, and I don't have to share. But
Dude, it's something to do when you hang out with other people.
yeah,
Yeah, true.
I think Lisa and Tony have hosted a few slot pools as well. I know y'all did on the Freedom.
Yeah, she's done quite a few. Well, not quite a few, but
You've done the last ones. I just wrote everything down.
yeah,
The
that's
last
true.
probably
One on my time.
cruises we did.
But there was one of the last cruises that we went on. There was a lady, I think, like with 9 weeks. It was about a week into the cruise, and she sat down next to Lisa, and we happened to look over and see. Just happened. We weren't being nosy or anything, but just happened. Well,
Yeah, it was.
you were. Looked over there, and we'd been on the cruise for about a week, and looked over there, and she had 94,000 points.
Wow.
94,000.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
was
What does that?
about a
So points wise, what does that turn into money?
Yeah,
Like I said, on Royal, 1 point is $5 spent.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 1 for 1 or 2 for 1, but she was, I'm putting in 20, she's putting in hundreds at a time, and she had been sitting there, I don't know how long, when I sat down, and I hit a couple of, low pots and gave all that back, and I was probably sitting next to her about 20 minutes, and I know she fed $2,000-$3,000 into it just in that time frame that I was sitting there. I was just like, oh my gosh. And she made the comment she was going to go back to the room and, see her boyfriend and get some more money. I was like, okay. All right,
You were
then.
kidding me. Like, when I had to walk in the room and be like, well, I'm down about $800, he was like, you what? Luckily, I
He
won.
gives a deposit for the next cruise.
Yeah. If I went to the casino and came back and told Cindy that I was down $800, I'd be sleeping on the balcony. I guarantee you that.
Oh, Warmstrong for the win here. Carnival's about $2 for 1 point. Okay.
See, that's way better than Royal.
Uncle Dave, out of 9 cruises, I paid for 6 of them playing in the casino. Yep.
Wow.
Andrew doesn't like it when I lose, but he sure does like my $100 offers. So,
Yeah.
well,
that's
So
like
you have to get those casino offers, you have to play a lot, don't you?
Well, I don't know, because if you kind of cruise through the Carnival VIFP, people are like, I've never even cruised, and I got an awesome casino deal. So I don't know. I mean, and too, your local casinos, like I know, for us, like WinStar gives away free cruises, and so I think their points could be tied in. So if you go to like a local, I know Andrew's mom goes to a casino near them in Mass, and she gets free Norwegian cruises. So I think it kind of just depends on that too. Because the loyalty, I think Bill one day mentioned a website like Offer Up or something like that where they could comp. Bill's going to come save me in a second, but they have like a your comped or something like that where they have a website where they'll look at all your casino deals through the different casinos and then the cruise lines as well, and kind of get you a good deal too. So my mom loves 3-card poker. She loves it. I don't understand it too much.
So that must be it. It's not the slots where you're getting all this, right? It's at the like at the tables and stuff. That's where you're gonna.
No, I've never played the tables.
So you only play the slots.
I play the slots. Yeah.
Bill plays table.
Bill does. Bill does, and my mom does.
See, I play poker, but poker on the cruise ship, they won't give you any kind of rewards for poker because the house has no advantage. The house doesn't. They take a rake, so they should give us something back. Because like even MGM and all, when I go play at MGM, I get MGM is $2 an hour. So every hour that I sit at a poker table, I get $2 comps. It's not a whole lot, but like I'll go. Last time, like the second to the last time I went to Vegas, I was at a poker table for 21 hours in 3 days. So, I mean, $42. It paid for our dinner one night. So, and that's just sitting there.
And let it ride.
But on the cruise ships, they don't do that.
Nope, no kind of rewards for playing poker. And the
Royal?
rake is high, extremely high, way higher than an actual regular casino. I think it's $7 to $15 rake, and on a normal poker table, unlimited, no limit poker table at the casino is like up to $7, and they'll do up to $15.
Is that just Royal or Carnival too? I don't play the tables that much.
Carnival on Carnival Pride, they only had an electronic poker table, and that took a rake no matter how many people played. So that was pretty crappy. If 2 people sat down at the table and played, they took a full rake, and you may have not even had that much money in the pot in the first place. So the table was taking a terrible rake every time.
Yeah,
it just wasn't worth it.
Interesting. Like I said, I'm not huge into card games. My mom is, but I know Bill's talked about, I know Bill's mentioned he won't even do, I think, electronic poker. But I like the slots. I feel like that's my go-to. It's clear rules for me. But my mom says she does better on like 3-card, and I think Let It Ride and all that. She does a lot better on that than she does at the slots. But I mean, like I said, I've seen my mom win more than once on the first night on the cruise ship. So on slots too.
Yeah.
Lisa.
The
Lisa
ship,
laughed.
the casino, the gas station that has a machine in it.
My mom,
She can hit them all. I'll tell you what.
she can. I mean, there's times I'm like, you know what? I'm just not even going to play. I'm just going to sit beside her and just watch the magic happen with the slots.
Well, I sat down. So my wife won all that money on the Buffalo game. Two machines down is I can't remember what the hell the machine was. This guy comes stumbling over there, drunk as hell, sits down at the thing, and he's like, "How do you play this game?" I was like, "I don't know. I really haven't played that one." And there was another lady sitting next to him and said, "Yeah, I was playing that one for a while." And just put some money in and just match up the things. If the one thing comes up, you get to touch the screen and match. He put $20 in and cashed out for 150. Come back down to sat down at the damn machine, and that lady was so pissed. Like he got up and she sat down. And she said, "I've been sitting here for hours, and it didn't hit for me." So she threw like another $20 or $30 into it. Didn't hit anything. She gets up and sits next to the machine next to it. He comes back with his $150 earnings, puts another 50 in there, and won for like 7 something, and cashed out and left.
Ooh.
And oh man, that lady just got him left.
Well, I've always heard when you leave a machine, leave the area.
Leave
Do
the
not
area.
see it and watch
you don't want to
anybody
see
else
it.
play that machine. Because I'm the one who feeds it and gets it ready for the next player. It doesn't matter how long I sit there.
That's like me with the like polar bear. Like I love the red screen type, the Lucky Duck polar bear. I'll just feed that machine waiting because I like the mystery. Like you just never know when they're going to start going. Like the reels are going to start going wild. I love those. And there's one time I put a lot of money in polar bear, and I was mad. So I was like, I'm going to go over here to this like cheaper machine, but I'm just going to kind of glare at my polar bear because I was mad at it. And somebody sat down and took out $1,500. I was like, son of a gun, I should have just left the room.
My wife has this, like she hits pretty often. She fluctuates her bet the whole time she's there. She doesn't ever just sit there and play the same bet. She'll do like the 80 cents and then the dollar something and then 3 something and 80 cents. And it goes all over the place while she's playing. And like I said, I gave her $50 at the Buffalo game, and on the 5th or 6th spin, she hit for 678 or 680 or something like that. So
Nice.
I cashed out for like $725 because that's what was left over from the 50 that she had plus the 6 whatever she won, and then I put the whole thing in it.
Oh,
I wasn't going to share that part.
Yeah. Oh, I put the whole thing in it. She was real happy on that one. What had happened was, like I said, if you got, I think it was 1,200. If you get 1,200 in a single cruise, 1,200 points in a single cruise, you get a free cruise. Well, I was sitting at 900 and something, so I was like, "Oh, I only need 300," and we just won all this money. So let me gamble a little bit, and then we can get a free cruise out of it. Well, tip of the day is figure out what cruises those free cruises are before you worry about trying to win one. Because I sat there all night, put the $700 and some in it. And then I want to say I put like another 100 on top of that. I get up to the desk and she's like, "Okay, here's your list of free cruises." And it was like 3 and 4 day cruises out of like Melbourne and the West Coast. And then there was like one Alaska cruise that was 7 days. And there was like one other cruise that was 7 days, but it was during the time that I already had a cruise booked. So I was like, I can't believe I just did this. I just sat there, threw all that money in there on it for a cruise that I can't even win. I said, well, at least I have the points on my card now, because when I go on Icon, I can finish the rest of the way off and get the 2,500 and get a definite free cruise.
No.
That's painful.
No,
Yeah.
Quick change of subject. If I bring my laptop with me on the cruise, will I have to pay more to be able to use it with my current Wi-Fi plan?
Nope. You got to log
we
out
have
of whatever
not.
you're using.
Yeah, it's just kind of by device. So like when Andrew's on his laptop, he can't also be on the Wi-Fi on his cell phone. So it's like for
Yep.
us, it's one device
Yeah,
at a time.
it's per device. When you're paying for the internet, it's per device. You just have to log out whatever one you're using to log into you with your laptop.
Yep. So you can take your laptop, check emails, do whatever you need to, and it'll be fine.
Or in some cases, kick the people off the internet so you can get back on it.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we normally share it, so and it works.
Yeah, that's what we do.
We do too. And one time I kicked Andrew off, and I don't know, it was for nothing. Like I just wanted to post pictures or something on Facebook, and he sends me on the like Carnival Messenger. He's like, "Can you please get off the internet? Chloe was watching something and she's screaming." I was like, "My bad."
So I don't. Normally we do 2 devices. So Royal is cheaper the more devices you do. So.
Oh, that's cool.
And if you do, say you're going and you have 2 or 3 different rooms between your family, you can do like 4 devices, and each person share a device. Each person do a device, and you're going to pay a lot less than what you would if you did 1 device per room. So just have one person do a 4 device. You just use the same login, but all 4 people can be logged in at the same time. So that's the way to go. So Royal, we always do 2 devices because there's no way in hell that I'm going to tell her to get off the phone and then me be on the phone all day long, sitting there downloading and uploading videos.
Just don't want to miss any lives on the ship for 7 days. You are my people. Oh, Uncle Dave, that's so sweet.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. But also make sure you enjoy your vacation because we want to hear amazing stories about your adventures. And if you create content, we want to make sure to share that out for you. But that's awesome that you want to join us. I know I've joined lives while on the cruise ship. I know Bruce, one time you were having a good show and I was like, I don't want to miss this. So we've all done it.
And I plan on going live at least twice on the Glory.
I went live on I joined Kurt and Marsha's show one morning on the Vloggers Cruise, and like I'm walking around showing everybody that's standing in line for all the different excursions, and like a pair of DJs like standing there, and I went, and there's pair of DJ, and then I just kept walking, and I mean it was like this close.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I can't even manage to get on and see any during the work day. Let's see, Jen goes live or something, and I'm just like, oh, I'll watch the replay 4 hours later, maybe.
No, I get that. We were on the Vista, so on the Dream, the second time we were on Dream this last May, we couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work very well at all. So I would join a live and then it would freeze, and I just ended up being more frustrated. But on the Vista in January, there was one night, there was another content creator on, and there was like some surprising room renovations that came out. And I was in the room just laughing. So these 2 individuals found out they were neighbors, and I was laughing so hard in the room. It was better than any TV that was on the Vista that night. And I was just like so glad I had the internet. And anyways, I just, we always try to catch whatever shows too, because I feel like when you go on a cruise and you try to catch up on everybody's lives, you come back like, let's say Saturday or Sunday, and everybody's like, well, on my live last week, and you're like, dang it, I missed it, and you got to catch up. And then we all have so many lives, I think, nowadays. It would be nice if you walked past us on a live and said, there's the Down Under Cruisers, Sean and Ileana.
Yeah.
Alana.
Well, you got to come over to the United States.
No, he's going to be on Alaska. He's going to be on Alaska, and then we can do that because when he's
we're talking to his people right now. And
yeah, think there's all. There they are. They're down under cruisers.
So I did find out something this week. I called MSC and got some. I wanted to see exactly what was included with the drinks and Wi-Fi on their free drinks and Wi-Fi thing, and the Wi-Fi is only surf. It is not stream. And I asked them if I could upgrade it to stream, and they were totally confused. So either one, have to call another person and talk to them, or two, I'm going to have to do something when I get on the ship. She told me I had to do it on the ship, that they don't offer another plan. Well, you have to do it pretty much by the day or whatever, which I want to say Kurt and SCT Adventures, Greg said that it was kind of like a la carte. You pay it by the day because it wasn't the best internet in the first place. But you could do it by the day, which might work out anyway, because instead of having to pay the whole week, just figure out what days I want to upload some stuff and just do it by the day. But we'll see.
That's cool. You know, on I'm going to shout out my friend Warmstrong Adventures. One of his pro tips to save money this week was to just purchase it by the day and not purchase it by the week. You know, he said he would, especially on those longer cruises, he'll just select days so he could upload and stuff. So yeah. we may do that. We've always just paid by the week. That way it's one thing I don't have to worry about because I know we're going to be on the internet. But I have always just kind of, just done it, paid for it, been out of the way. But I think that's probably, the more and more internet goes up, I think it's probably a better option to consider what Warmstrong's doing.
Well,
Royal won't let you do that. They'll let you, when you first get on there. So you can wait till like one of the last days of the cruise and then get it. But once you buy it, then you have to buy it for the rest of the cruise.
Oh. And Lisa, what were you going to say?
I just said on the 31 day that we're going to do that is just, get it by the day because one, they told us last time that the internet was going to be real shoddy anyway. And those who had pre-purchased, they refunded. And we just, on that one, we just kind of got it a couple of days to check in with kids or when we were, in port somewhere and had Wi-Fi, we checked in, but, I figure he'll be capturing some video and stuff and then he can be editing it. And then the one day we do get it, just upload everything that day or something and then worry about it another week later. Cause that's going to be an awful long time. I mean, it's going to be hard to be disconnected for that long, but at the same time, that's the whole purpose of going is to get away and see stuff and not, but there's so blasted many sea days on that trip. So it's either internet or casino. So.
Which is cheaper. Internet would be cheaper for me, just saying. Uncle Dave says, Warmstrong Adventures, Bill from Warmstrong Adventures is absolute wealth of cruise tips. I agree. I mean, he's sailed 43 cruises. His knowledge is I like to ask him different things because, sometimes with us, it's like we'll just pay for it and and then it's like, we probably should have reached out to ask, Bruce or Bill on a better way to do this. And that's why we always encourage you to go through travel agents and ask questions to us. I know Em and Keith were asking a lot of questions last night. And, that's the great thing I think about lives is you could ask Clock about Royal because I've never cruised on Royal. But he has a lot of knowledge about Royal. And we've got Bruce here who's, got a lot of knowledge on Carnival and a lot of travel agent knowledge and comparisons. And I know, Lisa, you just became a travel agent, and you and Tony have a lot of information about diving and stuff. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I still have a long ways to go before I I would say I'm qualified. I can talk your ear off all day about cruising, but when it comes to booking, I'm still talking to my cousins tonight. I'm still like, I don't know on this. Let's ask Andrew.
Right. And then a lot of times me and Andrew are like, let me call Bruce. We called Bruce. I'm going to tell. We couldn't figure out Norwegian's site. About a week ago? We were trying to figure out how much we owed on Norwegian, and it's different than what we're used to on Carnival and how they lay it out. And then with Andrew being a travel agent, there was like another like couple line items there, and we were just really confused on what we owed, didn't owe. It was just kind of looked backwards to us. And we called Bruce, and I'm like, hey, please help us. Like, I know you'll know more than we do. Can you please help us? And being the awesome person Bruce is, he like, yeah, I screen shared with him. He's like, look, you just look here, look there, talked us through it. It was so, I mean, he was so friendly. We felt kind of dumb because it's like, well, that makes sense. Like, why didn't we look at it that way? But he was just like, no, I was confused, and he just made us feel reassured. So, and that's what, like I said, Bill's got a lot of knowledge. Clock's got a lot of knowledge. Lisa and Tony have been on 10 cruises as well. They are platinum on Carnival. They have knowledge. And I know Bill's been to Australia. How far does the ship's Wi-Fi get for anyone? Only for use on the ship or overall use? So when we were in Mahogany Bay, we were still connected, but we were right there next to the ship, and it still worked for us. But we were very, very close to the ship.
Yeah, I think it does. Although we were, when we were on Half Moon, we were on the beach and we could still connect to the Wi-Fi. We were still using the Carnival app, talking to our friends through the chat that were still on the ship, waiting for them to get over, and we were still talking to them through the app while waiting for them to get over, letting them know where we were at and everything. So
Really,
sometimes
cool.
it does reach outside of the ship, but most of the time it doesn't. So
I would not rely on it.
I would not rely on it. Nope.
Yeah, I haven't had much luck with Royal. As far as soon as you get off the ship, it's pretty much gone.
Yeah. And that's how it is.
Is because it's Carnival's Island. I wonder if they have that Wi-Fi there.
It could be. It could be because it's their island and everything. Yeah, it could. They could have something on the island to.
Coco Cay has Wi-Fi on the island.
Okay. And does it work like if you purchased it through Royal on the ship? Like the same?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Everything Royal carries over to the island. It's not like Carnival where your drinks don't carry over to the island. Royal's drinks carry over to the island.
That's what I wish Carnival would change.
That's what
when
made me mad the most is, and I don't drink, but you're watching them unload the stuff off the ship to take to the island. Your drinks off the ship to take to the island, and then they're going to charge for them there. But then they're going to bring them back to the ship at the end of the day.
Yep. And then you can have it. Then it's part of your drink package. But when they take it off the ship, take it on the island, nope, you got to pay for it. It's crazy.
Yep.
I mean, even if you don't drink alcohol, even if you're just drinking like a Diet Coke or something,
soda,
or Pepsi, it's like, come on, I bought the bubbles.
So it'd be nice, and maybe they will change that. I don't know, especially with them building this new port in what's it, Freeport or Nassau, where they're doing that one. So hopefully.
And that is, I mean, again, we've been loyal to Carnival, but that's kind of why we're like, hello, Norwegian, hello, Royal, and MSC, because I want to see the differences like that. I mean, I don't know.
We want to try the other cruise lines, but so far she's been getting so many good offers from Carnival. It's like, why? I mean, why pay full price for this one when we can get this one for $100?
Right.
I love you, Sean. I absolutely love you.
I will say that Traveling Czech is much smarter than the rest of you guys because they have or will touch Aussie soil again. Bruce. Just saying.
We have, and we're looking forward to being back.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. What we got to see of it.
Right.
It was land. We landed in Sydney. We had an hour and a half maybe to jump back on the plane, and then we got to Brisbane and.
No, Sydney. We spent the
Oh,
night.
that's right. We spent the night. Yeah, we were sitting. Is that the one we were sitting out there trying to find a hotel, and she kept coming over. Do you need help? Do you need help?
Yeah.
No, we're good. I'm just looking for a hotel. Well, we can get you to a hotel. I'm looking. Thank you. Do you need help?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's almost
Finally,
like
it
they
was
didn't want us there, but to spend too much time at the airport. But we ran into some people that said, "Oh yeah, we spent the night at the airport."
Yeah, no
But-
loitering in that parking lot.
Yeah, they were making sure we were leaving.
Well,
And
so
Sean,
we-
I am never saying I will never step foot on Aussie soil. You never know. Maybe sooner than later. You just never
Right?
know.
You never know.
Never know.
I think Sean needs his duck.
I do too.
Oh,
and,
he's got one little feather up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to wrap it up here, guys. This has been fun. So
This has
thank
been a lot
you
of
for
fun,
inviting me
and
on.
Andrew texted me that he wanted me to tell you that he likes your hat.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
He's, he's got a thing.
It's my
about-
cruising hat. I'm telling you, I am 36 days is not going to come fast enough, or 35, depending on where you are in the United States, but it's not going to come fast enough.
There are two
And we will
hotels.
be leaving. We'll actually be leaving in what, 33 days, I think, something like
Shark
that.
duck.
So,
Oh, that's a cool duck too.
Yeah, it's
nice.
shark duck.
Nice.
Donna. There are two hotels close to Sydney Airport.
Yeah, we
And
stayed in the Ibis at the airport, I think
Oh.
is what it was called. And then stayed at the Ibis again in Brisbane. So it was just a matter of getting it booked so that
Yeah.
we could get there.
right.
And then finding a taxi because the first taxi wouldn't take us because we had too much luggage. Yeah, so.
Hey, Bruce. Or
Taxi at the airport. No, sorry, you
Jen?
had too much luck.
Yeah.
did you book your room for the Utopia?
Like the cruise room? Like the ship or the hotel?
No, the hotel room.
Well, I booked one that's 3 times the rate as Bruce's, so I'm going to switch over to Bruce's.
I tried to book that one the other day, and every time I called the phone number, it no one ever answered.
But that's supposed to be going to. Let me verify that then, because that's supposed to be going right to their reservation, and then you just gotta say that you're there for the clock. So let me check on that then.
I'll check it again
Okay.
tomorrow, but or if
Okay,
you hear
and-
something before me.
Yeah, I will check on that tomorrow for you though too.
Yeah, let me know too, because I know we're going to cancel our current reservation and switch over to clocks.
Yeah, I like the rate that, because I was looking at other ones that weren't that good, so that it's a really good rate on that one. I was happy for it.
Before you leave, Bruce, can you repeat the dates for June 2025?
June 15th, 2025 on the Carnival, yeah, on the Norwegian Encore. So yeah, June 15th. So just get a hold of me. You can email me at bruce@oceanoceantravel.com. You can reach me on Facebook. You can go to our website at oceanoceantravel.com, and all of our contact information is in there too when you click on the book tab. So
Yeah,
get a hold of us.
and that leaves out Seattle. So you go to Seattle and come back to Seattle too. So
Yeah, it's a round trip from Seattle, so
Mhm.
should be good.
and On Deck with CB just got back from Alaska too. They were on the Spirit.
Adam and
Oh, are
Debbie.
you leaving, Bruce? Oh,
Yeah, I gotta head on out.
No
I was
problem.
saying hi to Adam and Debbie, but
yeah. Hi, Adam and Debbie.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Bruce.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Bruce.
Yep.
Have a great night.
Yep.
Yes, Adam and Debbie just got back from Alaska too. I think they were on the Carnival Spirit, and they've got some like really cool pictures of them holding the glacier ice and just doing some awesome things. If you haven't checked out their channel, they are high energy. Like Andrew and I, we will watch their Key West video. Like we've been to Key West, but we watched their Key West video and their whole vibe. I was like, we're doing this wrong. Like the music choices they had in the golf cart, they were just doing such fun things. Like that's one of my favorite videos of theirs. They have a lot of great videos. They are in the Miami area. And so if you need Miami advice, they're a great channel to follow. But they had their whole vibe. They're really great.
I need a cheap hotel for the Icon sailing. Apparently, there's a run that weekend as well, and the hotels are like $500 a night.
That's what we ran into for our March cruise. To get right there, close to the cruise ports or whatever, by that boardwalk area, it was like $450, $475 plus taxes.
Yeah.
And then I was able to find the DoubleTree next to the airport and get it for like $150, $175, which is still kind of high for some.
Just as long as it's not like that one that Radisson or whatever I stayed at last year, and it was at Port Canaveral. It's pretty
Was
bad.
it rough or expensive?
Oh, it was bad.
Oh no!
Ceilings were the light fixture in the ceiling in the bathroom was rusted all the way around it. There was like cobwebs. There was all kinds of stuff all over the towels. I want to say it was roaches in there. But we got there like 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And then of course we had to be on the ship the next morning. So like, just bite the bullet for the night and get the hell out of here.
That's why you book your hotel early, Clock. So you have options.
I did.
Oh.
The pictures on the reviews were definitely not the pictures on in for real life.
That happened to us in San Antonio. So I booked a hotel. It looked really nice. I get there and I'm like, I think these photos are from like 15 years ago because this is not how it looks. And we walk in and there's like a lady and she reeks of I don't know what. And then she's got a dog there. So you got like this like urine poo smell, like dog smell. And like the dog's just been using a puddle pad. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, and this was like a nicer name hotel. And so I'm like, well, okay. So we get to our room and there was like brown mold type stuff on the toilet. It reeked of marijuana and it looked like it had never, like, it was like they didn't even change the sheets. Like it is like folded them back. And I was like, I told Adrian, I'm like, we're not staying here with Chloe. Like this is an absolute no. And he's like, well, we've already booked the room. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if we have to drive back home. Like we're not staying here tonight. Like, and I had a fight with Expedia to get my money back. I'm like, I like took pictures of it. I'm like, I'm not staying here. This is not what your site says. I think you need to call them and maybe get some updated photos. I was so mad. But yeah.
We've had that happen once before too. It was say we were driving down to Mississippi. We were supposed to stay at some hotel, and we were driving driving down the highway, and I was just like, "Hey, that looks like the hotel that we're supposed to be staying at." Well, we go further on down, but it's not the same address. We get to the hotel that we're supposed to be staying at. It don't look like nothing like the picture, but yeah, I go back to the website, and sure enough, it's the hotel that we passed 20 minutes ago, are the pictures of what they're saying, "Oh, this is where you're going to be staying." Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, we ended up. It was like had the exterior doors, and it was like a motel instead of a
Yeah.
hotel.
Yeah.
I was just
I
like,
don't do that. I don't do the exterior doors either. And the thing is I went in there and I told the lady, I'm like, hey, our room, it doesn't look like it's been cleaned, and there's stuff on the toilet, it needs like a good toilet brush, to it, and it reeks of marijuana. And instead of being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, she was like, really? I might have to go in there and lay on the bed. I was like, get me out of here, please. Like, I mean, it was just the whole experience. So yeah. Uncle Dave says hotels are insane. Glad I live 30 minutes from the port. Yes. I mean, like, we stay at the Harbor House in Galveston. It's really, it's really nice, but you pay a good penny for it. But some of the hotels in Galveston you have to be a little nervous of too. Yes, it was so much fun. They're talking about Alaska, and then they were asking you, Clark, if that was in Miami or Port Canaveral.
Miami for Icon in January. I'm trying to stay in Miami the 26th to the 27th of January.
So if y'all have any hookups on the hotel,
Yeah.
Sean, we're flying directly into Brisbane the day before the cruise. How far is Melbourne from Brisbane? I think it's a few hours.
yeah, it's what I'm afraid of.
You can always Google
But
it.
I'll let Sean answer. It'd be nice if y'all can meet up with him.
Huh.
We're on a cruise where a couple stayed in a part of town because it was inexpensive, but they paid for that one. Ugh. Yeah. Sometimes cheaper is not always better.
Yeah. There was a place I passed traveling for work one time, and they had free mattresses laying outside of the I wouldn't say hotel, the motel. And I thought, okay, you're giving away no, thank you. We're just going to go on down the road till we find another place. Of course, I guess it means they had clean mattresses or new ones, but I still was not going to do no. Not when you pile up your mattresses outside and say, free to get home. Oh my. Yeah, that's
a little bit to
A
me.
bit much.
Yeah.
10 rooms minimum.
Yeah, to get any kind of deal.
Yep.
Hey, Uncle Dave, you're in New Orleans, right? Are you going to come hang out with us when we come down for the booze cruise? Not sure if anybody's asked you that one yet.
Oh yeah.
Say it's only 30 minutes from the port.
Bama's near there too, right?
Yeah, try to get Bama. Bama can't commit to it yet.
They're in that New Orleans area.
We're going in on Thursday night. We land at 8 o'clock on Thursday night, and then we don't get on the ship till Sunday. Gotcha.
So I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yep.
That's cool. I'd love meeting other vloggers like that.
Yeah.
Having a drink or just being like, hey, how are you?
Bama's 6 miles from me. Okay. Yeah, we're supposed to. The meetup is Saturday night at the hotel at like 5 or 6, and then I got the haunted tour. Everybody's coming with me to the haunted tour. Well, a lot of people are at 8 o'clock that night. But like I said, I'm still looking for stuff to do on possibly Thursday night and definitely Friday, all day Friday and Friday night, because we were originally supposed to do the haunted tour on Friday night. And then some of the people that were not coming until Saturday were like, hey, can you move it to Saturday so we can go too? So we all went ahead and moved it to Saturday. So now we don't have any plans for Friday.
That sounds like fun. And then Clock 2, I was going to tell you, when you come to Galveston for the Have Luggage Will Travel cruise, let us know because we're about 3 hours from there.
I can't remember what hotel they're planning on. What if you listen to the lives?
It's in
They
Texas
say what
City.
hotel. It's in the
Yeah, they're
city.
in Texas City. Yeah, they were talking about the one by Buc-ee's. We've stayed near there, not at that one, but that one's nice.
Okay. How
But
far
let
are you
us
from
know.
that one?
Oh, I mean, it's like about 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
So
sure if that was close. I thought that was pretty far away from the. I thought we still had a little bit of a ride from there to the cruise port.
you do, but when we come in, we're coming up from the south, and it kind of forks. So if we go north, it's maybe about 15 minutes more than if we go towards Galveston.
I got you.
Yeah, so just let us know because we would at least like to fist bump you and be like, hey, what's up, buddy? See you in September.
Yep.
But I was telling Andrew, maybe if y'all are coming in like Friday because your cruise is leaving on Saturday, maybe he could take the day off and we could go up, at least have dinner with y'all or something. Say hi.
Yeah. I got to see what day we're coming in because my son has school, but I'm not 100% sure whether he has school that Thursday. If he doesn't have that school that Thursday, then we're okay to possibly come in Thursday night or something like that. But if he has school, then we can't leave till either late Thursday night or Friday sometime.
Right. Okay. And just let us know. And then Lisa, I don't know if you changed your dates on your cruise. I know you were searching around that time. But maybe if you're in that same weekend, I know you were looking at that July 27th, 2024 timeframe.
Yeah, I don't know if they made a decision or not. It looked like they were moving back towards over the 4th of July. So
okay. Well, just let us know.
One of them going as a teacher, so she has to be back before school starts early August, and apparently in Central Texas. So,
and that goes for anybody too. If you're headed to Galveston, just let Andrew and I know. We'll do our best. Sometimes with work we can't get off work, but just let us know.
Go in the other direction.
Right. Yeah, we're south. We're about 3 hours south. So I was going to mention again too, just in case if you weren't here in the beginning of the show, Tony is at 57 subscribers. So if we could try to get him to 60, and we want 60 that stick, so maybe just check out a couple of videos and he's got some awesome shark videos. So I know we're dropping his link in our live, and then, he's live right now too. So you could just, make sure to subscribe if, check out some videos. And then too, it is Clock's birthday. Well, it's just past Clock's birthday, but, cause it's 11:30 here. So, but if you want to give him some love, he's got awesome memberships. He's going to send out prizes starting next month, and to, show him some love. He's awesome to us. He's a great supporter to many channels, and he adds awesome wit to any chat.
Happy birthday, Mom, earlier, so
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, like we definitely enjoy. We definitely enjoy it. I think you and Andrew sometimes are on the same wavelength as far as comedy. You, Andrew, Bill. And Uncle Dave says Tony has some incredible dive videos. He does. He does some great dives. And just so y'all know, Tony puts a lot of work. I mean, we all put a lot of work in our videos, but Tony being a new channel, he's really trying to learn, and do it right. So, definitely, leave him some positive vibes. Actually, all of us. I know Clock's got some awesome videos. He just, you were just on I just left. I want to say aircraft carrier, but that's not it.
No, it was a World War II destroyer.
Yeah.
I did that. It's USS Cass and Young. It's sitting up at the Boston Naval Yard, and it's free to tour. It's sitting right next to the USS Constitution. So when we did the Northeastern cruise, we went off on the trolley, the hop on, hop off trolley, and we stopped at the Naval Yard and we toured the USS Constitution, which I got a video of that, and then we did the Cass and Young. Unfortunately, Cass and Young, it's very limited on what you can go to because it is still, it hasn't been like made real safe. So you could fire weapons and everything else off of that. So they're limited on where they let you go in on that one.
That's cool. Yeah, definitely check out that video. Clock, you're free to drop that link to that video in my chat if you want. I know you're a mod for me. Just that way people, they can go ahead and pull it up in a tab and watch it. I know you're not supposed to do this, but would it be possible to catch an early AM flight for Florida from New York to catch a 4 p.m. cruise? Just curious. I do not advise that. Just because, and two, you got to think about the time of the year, if there's ice, snow, hurricanes. But I don't suggest it. But, I mean, there's people who do it. Just know that, the cruise ship will leave without you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Probably possible, but I would, if you can avoid it, I would. Sean says, work is such a double-edged sword, isn't it? On one hand, it interferes with my cruising, but then you can't afford to cruise without it. Yes, Sean, I'm currently struggling with that. I've got a 14-day Barcelona cruise I'm trying to figure out how to go on because it's very, very reasonably priced. But how do I, hi employer, please hire me, but I need 9 cruises. Thanks. Hey, Willow, Together We Travel has a lot of great videos as well. Tony and Lisa, I don't know if you've checked out their channel, but they've gone to Greenland. I think they've done a very similar cruise to y'all with the Fiji and Tahiti and stuff. And they're always on the go. Their carnival celebration video is great. I know I've watched their Mardi Gras videos. They go on a lot of good cruises. So
Okay.
if you haven't watched Together We Travel, they're a great channel as well.
Oh yeah.
M says, hello, Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave says, Mike is more intelligent when he's in a dress. I don't know. I don't think we'll see the dress anymore.
Nope.
And
both dresses have been officially returned.
You made sure, right?
Yep.
Well, I know it's getting late, and I feel like I know we do these late lives on Saturday, but I really appreciate y'all for staying with me.
Yes, thank you.
But let's go ahead and we'll kind of start wrapping up. Those of you in chat, if you have any questions for Lisa and Tony, they're the Traveling. I'm going to show your name. They're the Traveling Czech channel, and Clock Family Adventures, Mr. Mike. If you have any questions for either of them or for Embarkation Nation, please feel free to drop them. We'll answer them. And if y'all could go ahead and highlight your channels, what you have going on, and anything premiering, lives, upcoming. I'll start with you, Clock.
Like I said, I just had that video on Friday, and tomorrow is the live with the wife. Unless for some reason we changed it. So we were supposed to go to a national game today, but it got rained out. Our rain date is tomorrow, but it was supposed to rain all day tomorrow. They also said you can take and push it to next season. You just have to use it by like June 20th the next season. So we were planning on doing that. So if we don't go to the game, then we'll definitely be on our live tomorrow night with the wife. So that's what the plan is there. And then, of course, during the week, you'll probably catch me on Sherry's Tuesday night and then possibly next Saturday. As far as the video goes, I'm going to try to work on a video, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure I may throw out some shorts this week.
Awesome. And Lisa and Tony, Traveling Czech, do y'all have anything premiering, anything coming up?
Nothing. Well, we just had the meatloaf video that we released on the one that we make on the cooker. It's the stuffed meatloaf with the cheese inside and with Jack Daniels. We just completed another video tonight on it's smoked. I guess you call it smoked chili, but it's basically you make chili and stuff on the stove, but then you finish it up in the smoker. I have never made chili before, so this was a new experience for me, but it turned out really good. So we just have to edit the video and get it uploaded. And then I'm going to try to release a couple of shorts, and then we have 2 cruises, but not until January, and then
December.
When?
It's
December. Yeah, December.
Greatest of all time.
Okay. And then the 31-day cruise after that.
We're trying to get the family reunion cruise together, so I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Sometime next summer, but yeah, he doesn't have enough leave that we can do another one. But
I know.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go right now.
Like Sean said,
Dave. I wish could go with him.
like Sean said, it's that double-edged sword. You have to work to pay for the
Yeah.
cruises, and then not enough time to go on them.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. And then they're still, Clock family. They're always looking for new subscribers. He has a lot of content. I know he's gonna be working on, but the thing, if you're not subscribed to Clock's channel, you should be, because he's going on like the 3 largest ships in the next year. He's gonna be on the Icon of the Seas, Utopia of the Seas, and the Jubilee all this next year. So, I mean, those are going to be, I guess, iconic ships. So I definitely feel like you need to subscribe to his.
First sailing of Icon, too.
Yes, he's on the inaugural sailing of Icon. And so definitely check out Clock's channel. And then he's got an awesome group cruise on the Utopia. Yours truly and Andrew will be on that cruise, along with a lot of other great content creators. We will be on the Jubilee on December 30th on the second sailing, the New Year's sailing, which is the greatest sailing of all time. That first one's just a tester. But we're going to be on that one with Traveling Czech. And then we are going on the Norwegian Encore in March out of Miami. And those are going to be new ports for us. St. Thomas is not a new one for me, but it'll be a new one for Andrew and Chloe. And then we're on Utopia of the Seas this next year. But currently the content we're working on, we just went to Margaritaville in a beach resort in South Padre Island. We stayed there. We have dropped a video. I'm working to edit like our room. And then Andrew climbed up this lighthouse. I did not climb it. Andrew climbed up this lighthouse and got some awesome views of like around. So you can see South Padre Island and some views of Texas. We our really, really, really good friend, one of Andrew's best friends, is put together a con, it's not Comic-Con, but it's like a con like that. And he's invited us out next weekend. And so Andrew may go live from that, because him and Kirk have been working on some things with that con. And so it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna have like all the Power Rangers there for signature. It's got a whole lineup. So we'll probably be at that this next week. And then I got Chloe Paw Patrol tickets so she can go see the movie. And so we just got some family things going on our channel right now, but we will be back to cruising. And that's just kind of an update with us. I know Uncle Dave said he really appreciates the lives. He looks forward to them. Uncle Dave, we really appreciate you being here. Everybody, we appreciate y'all being here. It amazes me when like we do a pop-up like last night or a scheduled live like tonight, that you'll come and watch us and want to hear us talk about cruising and things we're going on. I always feel humbled by it, and I just want to make sure to let y'all know that I always appreciate that. And if you ever need anything, just let me or Andrew know. We'll be there for you the best way we can. With that being said, I'm going to probably end this a little earlier, but do y'all have anything to add?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like midnight 30 where Clock's at. So, yeah. All right, everybody. Make sure to check Clock tomorrow night, and then go check out Traveling Czech's video on Meatloaf. Have a great night. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye.